Hello, people. Hello. Back to Almighty Blues FC. Yes, welcome you all. But yes, absolutely. As in, it's a very important day for the Premier League. Yes, we will be discussing what happened आज. लेकिन उतना ही नहीं बार्सिलोना का मैच भी चल रहा है and I know a few of the people who may join maybe Barcelona fans, so हम थोड़ा बहुत नजर रखेंगे at least in the second half. I think right now it's half time. But of course, it is basically the big game that हम anticipate कर रहे थे पूरे हफ्ते, and that is obviously the Manchester derby, Man City versus Man United. और बहुत लोग आई थिंक ऑलरेडी देख चुके होंगे क्या लाइनअप्स है हम दिखाएंगे एंड ऑफ कोर्स फर्स्टली आई वुड लाइक टू सर्टनली वेलकम आवर पैनल दैट इज विजय फ्रॉम स्पोर्ट्स वायर. पता नहीं आप लोग शायद देखे हो विजय को. ट्रस्ट मी, ही इज समवन ऑफ ग्रेट नॉलेज व्हेन इट कम्स टू फुटबॉल end to end, right? As in, be it on pitch or off the pitch, he knows his stuff. Chelsea fan, lekin like I said, knows football in and out. So Vijay, welcome back. How are you? And anything new on the channel that you're coming up with? I know that you've been working hard as well.
Delicious mine to be here. Ankit, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Absolutely, we're now focusing more on the Roman Abramovich situation and the new owner takeover at Chelsea. So we're doing an analysis on, the kind of, owners who are actually trying to get their hands on Chelsea Football Club. So that's the latest content that we're actually coming up with. But there's a lot of research that's going on. So there's a bit of delay in each of these content coming out. But anyways, today's game, interesting. Manchester derby. Always interesting to watch Manchester United. They win, they lose, they're still entertaining. So, yeah, pleasure to be here with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll try and share the, as in the lineups, of course. But again, as I basically say that, Vijay, maybe you can start on your analysis of what the lineup is. I'll just share it in a second. But what do you think about that lineup, especially from Manchester United? I'm just putting it on screen, and I'm not sure if you checked it out, but yeah, it looks like a park the bus kind of a lineup to me, which is something that most of us anticipated in the preview. We did actually 2 previews on the channel, but overall, like it's what technically what 4-2-3-1, same thing, but personnel wise. We are looking at Alanga leading the line potentially, or maybe it might be Bruno Fernandes and they might play, Alanga as a floating forward along with, maybe Sancho has done that against Chelsea. So what do you reckon? How will the tactic be?
It's interesting, right? Because the team, they don't have the full fitness, first of all, in terms of their availability. I guess Ronaldo's out due to a hip injury. They've got a couple of players who are out due to COVID as well. I believe it's Shah and Varane. So they're actually going with the match, not exactly the lineup that they would want to probably. But then, what I'd like to, see here is this young attack and this young attack trying to perform against one of the top teams in the Premier League right now. Elanga, Sancho, Bruno Fernandes, they're very dynamic in the way that they play. So it's very difficult to pinpoint, this is exactly where Fernandes will play. This is exactly where Sancho will play, because they're very good at alternating and their movements have been very, brilliant in the final third as well. So though they theoretically play with a 4-2-3-1, there's a good chance that they might shift to a 4-4-2 in terms of the attack as well. So it is really going to be interesting. I'm excited for Elanga as well. He's been getting a few goals in the last few games, a few run of games, and he will be one such important player for Manchester United, considering that this is a big game, and if he starts to perform here, then he is going to be in that conversation with the modern day great youngsters. He's getting there, but will he be able to do it consistently? That's something that we need to wait and watch. But 4-2-3-1, Harry Maguire, a lot of Manchester United fans will be praying that he doesn't make any mistakes today. It's going to be difficult, though, because Bernardo Silva is not going to make his life easier.
Absolutely, and I think again I am kind of expecting. Or by the way, जो भी देख रहा है, please like कर दीजिए stream को, like I always say. But not just that, do check out the description quickly, because we have, I think, Sportswire. I think it's the second appearance, so let's actually support him. Great lad from India who's doing a lot of content on YouTube, and that's something that we're building as a community. Hopefully, you guys can certainly check it out, and not just Sportswire. We have Sports Cuppa in the house. That is Hemant bhai. Hemant bhai, welcome to the stream. बहुत समय हो गया बात किए हुए, तो आज मौका था as the neutrals. Let's actually react to this particular, as in very important game, simply put. लेकिन I got by the way that is VJ from Sportswire, Hemant. So Hemant, I don't know, like we've discussed, I think quickly मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की लाइनअप वो आप स्क्रीन पर देख ही रहे हो, और अगेन पीपल वाचिंग आप भी कमेंट करिए और पोल भी लीजिए. बट कमिंग टू मैन सिटी लाइनअप विद यू हेमंत, जो आप स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हो, मुझे लगता है वो ग्रीलिश, यू नो, इन अ स्ट्रेंज, आई नो मैन सिटी ऑलवेज प्ले फ्लोटिंग काइंड ऑफ अ सिस्टम, लेकिन ग्रीलिश might be your left winger and maybe Silva might be your, you know, left central midfielder. That might be the thing you think, and Foden the false nine. Is that more likely?
आई थिंक वो आ सकता है. आपने बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट दिया था अभी कि वो फ्लोटिंग रोल काम आता है. ग्रियलिश आगे भी आ सकता है, लेफ्ट में भी जा सकता है, एंड आई थिंक फोर्डन सूट्स मोर इन द सेंट्रल रोल और सिल्वा थोड़ा पीछे आ सकता है. लेकिन अगर पेप का देखा जाए तो वो सिस्टम हमेशा इतना चेंज होता ही रहता है, तो कोई प्रिडिक्ट नहीं कर पाता. लेकिन यस, ग्रियलिश कैन इज बेटर सूटेड एज अ लेफ्ट विंगर मोर देन जो इस समय रोल पे है.
Fair enough. And of course, Vijay, talking about, you know, Man City itself. Like again, I know that technically they have a couple of injuries as well. But overall, I think Sterling not starting, that is a little bit surprising to me. Where are you on that? Like, you know, with the defense at Man United, again, it's well documented about the defense with Varane especially being out. So are you surprised Sterling is not starting, and will the injuries of City, you know, affect them?
Sterling starting would definitely be a bit of a concern for Manchester United. Would have been a bit of concern, but then him not starting could play out to the hands of Manchester United. But then I'm more concerned about the midfield. I mean, the goalkeeper actually. I mean, I don't think so. Edison is playing today, right? So it's going to be a bit of a conundrum there as well. I'm not really
Edison is
seeing.
playing. Is he not? He's playing, right? He's playing. Edison Moraes is playing, definitely.
Edison is playing, is it?
Oh, yeah, it's Edison Moraes. I got a shock. He definitely is playing. Unless, you know, people in the chat might want me to, you know, be corrected. But I see that he's certainly playing. And we
All
obviously
right.
we have
Okay,
City
you
having
have the
house.
lineup open. All right. I wasn't
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at the lineup actually.
Oh, sorry
Anyways,
about that.
no worries, no worries. That's my bad. Maris, Silva, and Foden. Again, it's not that just because Sterling is playing, this attack cannot score goals against Manchester United. They're still a very strong attack on paper. So and they're again fluidic as well, like how Hemant mentioned. They can cause a lot of trouble for Manchester United, and we've seen historically Van Bissaka and Tell is okay to an extent, but Van Bissaka has been having a bit of trouble, and with Foden and his pace as well on that side, along with Grealish, it's going to be a riot probably for Van Bissaka. I'm excited about that left flank trying to attack Manchester United, and I'm assuming that most of the time it's going to be McTominay and Van Bissaka performing more of the defensive duties than contributing on the attack for Sancho. So the left side of that pitch is probably what I'd be more concentrating on, and I think Manchester City are going to be using that left flank to probably
Yeah.
destroy Manchester United.
Great point. Absolutely great point. Again, people watching, do like the stream. It certainly helps. Do take the poll, and don't forget to subscribe to Almighty Blues FC, Sports Cuppa, Sportswire, and of course, in behind, we have a Ronaldo fan joining us at halftime. That is Dhruv from, you know, in behind. And but yeah, here we have three neutrals right now. Talking about being neutrals, quickly let's discuss, before the match starts, and that's got to be, we have to discuss quickly about Barcelona. I know a lot of Barcelona fans are generally in the house. I don't know agar koi Barcelona fan hai, but before that, I'll just take this comment from City Hub. I think Foden is better as central midfielder than as a false nine, because that limits his game. I actually agree, but it's just that हमने क्या देखा है इस season में, I am kind of going with it, right? And again, this one, right? Absolutely great. And of course, thank you join करने के लिए. But yes, quickly talking about Barcelona, they are one goal behind against Elche, and it was actually बहुत ही एक goal line clearance था, by the way, for people who watched it. Barcelona had a great chance, लेकिन Elche actually did a goal line clearance, and towards the end of that first half, I think Pedri, so unlike Pedri, made a mistake. तो बारसा ने खाया है गोल, लेकिन आई डोंट नो हेमंत, लगता है बारसा वापस आ जाएगी, क्या लगता है? मतलब थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग हो सकता है ला लीगा आफ्टर दिस गेम.
आई थिंक यहाँ पे जो स्कोर लाइन है मुझे थोड़ा शौका लग रहा है, क्योंकि आई थिंक जो बार्सिलोना के लास्ट के अगर मैचेस देखें तो बहुत ही बेहतरीन फुटबॉल खेल रहे हैं. मतलब फ्लूइडिटी है उनके अटैक में, प्रिडिक्टेबल नहीं है. जावी के आइडियाज ऐसे दिख रहे कि हर एक प्लेयर आइडियाज इंप्लीमेंट कर पा रहा है, और उनके पास इस समय प्लेयर्स भी हैं. So this result is a shocker, but I think ये एक blip जो होता है वो है मेरे हिसाब से.
अभी भी टाइम है खैर अभी तो मतलब दे हैव मोर देन हाफ एन आवर आई थिंक दे विल गेट सम चेंजेस आई थिंक आज डेम्बेले शुरू कर रहा था बट आई थिंक अटैकिंग वाइज दे आर फाइन इट्स जस्ट दैट वो फिनिशिंग समथिंग व्हिच इज लैकिंग और ये मिस्टेक होती है मतलब और आर्सेनल यार विजय 3-2 आर्सेनल they were comfortable I actually stopped watching after that hour mark to be very honest about it but then last I think there was some butterflies about Watford so but with that result, unfortunately, Watford are doomed. Don't you think so? And Arsenal are favourites for fourth.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I'm seeing you with the glasses for the first time, looking a bit weird, but yeah, I'll probably get used to it. But yeah, coming to the Arsenal versus Watford game, I mean, it's high time that we start having a serious conversation about Bukayo Saka. I mean, the way that he's starting to play, the way that he's exerting himself into the game, and the team is full of youngsters, and they're pretty much playing beautiful football. If you look at Arsenal playing football right now, though I'm a Chelsea fan, I still have to accept the kind of football is beautiful. He started implementing that at it, though it's taken that time. I think they are going through the ranks. One important contributing factor could be that they're playing one game a week. They're not in Europe, so that really gives them the time to prepare against any competition or any opposition that they have to play in the weekend. But then these youngsters have really stepped up for Arsenal Football Club, and that is the result that you're seeing there. Lacazette as well have beautifully integrated into the squad as well. So looking at Arsenal right now, they are my favorites for the top four, and that's the reason why I think this particular game is going to be very, very important in the context of the top four for Manchester United. Though they're playing against the table toppers, they still are in a position, are in a bit of a spot. They need to get this win, otherwise this top four race right now could be practically over, though they would have a mathematical or a theoretical chance to finish at the top four. But then this game, if they win this game, their morale is going to be seeping high. But if they lose this game, Arsenal are going to just run away with it.
Absolutely, like that's a great point. लेकिन हेमंत एक बात तो करनी है हम ये नहीं है we covered the injuries of Man United जब हमने टीम शेयर किया था लेकिन Ronaldo not being in this match just on the pitch or Varane of obviously those two experienced players as professionals especially Ronaldo क्या difference होगा मतलब you think it's City favorite for sure because of that or they were anyway favorites?
Was that for me or Hemant? Hemant,
I think Hemant. I think there is a slight net issue. Hemant, you might want to come back. I don't know if you're able to hear Hemant. आप सुन पा रहे हो? नहीं. Acha, looks like he's having some net issues. But anyway, Vijay, what do you think? You can take that question, please.
Sorry, I didn't listen to the question, but
it's about basically Ronaldo missing, Varane missing, those two key players, especially Ronaldo in such a big game. Anyway, I think ManCity were favorites, but what do you think?
I mean, if you look at it tactically, Ronaldo missing right now could also play into the advantage of Manchester United because if he wants, if the Manchester United manager Rangnick would want the gegenpress to be implemented to perfection, I don't think so. Having Ronaldo on that front would probably anyways help him. So I think it could play to their advantage as well. Not that I'm not taking anything out of Ronaldo, absolutely a brilliant player and a goal machine, but would he contribute to that the work rate that is expected out of him in the front? That's always been a question mark from the arrival of Rangnick. So maybe of course, this kind of a huge player missing out on a very big game will have an impact, but can they still play through it? I definitely think they can. Rafael Varane again has been a very good talent for Manchester United. We've seen how he plays for Real Madrid as well, but then he's come in. Yeah, initially there was a bit of a nervousness in the way that he started, but then he's starting to come good. His miss will definitely be felt is what I think. But Lindelof as well, who's replacing him, hasn't been bad either. So I don't think so. Varane's miss would be very huge, but then there might be certain places where they feel
started right. As in, you guys are sorry to cut you, but you guys are watching on TV. What's your timestamp?
Hotstar.
Hotstar. Okay, so Hemant might be a little behind, but yeah, and that's fine. I hope so. Quickly, again, people predictions. ले लेते हैं before actually it gets to a goal. ManCity capable of that quite quickly. Hemant, क्या predictions आपकी?
मैच शुरू होने से पहले तो मैं सोच रहा था यूनाइटेड विल पुल ऑफ एन अपसेट, तो अभी
लेकिन
मैं
वो
उसी
लाइनअप
पे स्टिक
देखकर
करूंगा, अभी भी उसी पे स्टिक करूंगा मैं।
wow, good. But what narrow win obviously I'm assuming, right?
आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं आई थी
Narrow win,
क्वेश्चन।
no? Narrow win.
नैरो विन, या
Yeah, I think
2-1।
your net is probably not fine because I think Vijay is able to hear me fine, so you might want to go out and come back. But Vijay, quick predictions for you and everyone in the chat as well.
I'm going to go with a 1-0 towards Manchester City. I think City will still have their defense resolute.
Yeah, as in absolutely. I can see that. Like, I am with Hemant on this. I can see some kind of defensive formation getting that goal and counter in the second half. लेकिन हाँ यहाँ स्पोर्ट्स टॉक इन माइंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू भाई हमेशा ज्वाइन करने के लिए सपोर्ट करने के लिए लाइक ऐसे इट इज अ फैन चैनल फॉर ऑल टू सी एंड हमारा आइडिया है कि हम हर एक स्ट्रीम में हम सेम पैनल नहीं डालेंगे एंड दैट इज सम काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रेटजी आप समझ लो and we feel that we are building a community and of course Chirag bhai is very much part of that community आप जानते ही हो we love Chirag and he's always welcome अभी भी Chirag बोले तो I will add him right now everyone knows that for sure लेकिन I thought let us actually have different perspective हर दूसरे stream में that will give you a new kind of just an opinion ना तो I'm sure you would like it as well हाँ अगर आपको चाहिए तो we will try and make it as a as an standard as well we are okay either ways लेकिन अगेन थैंक्स अ लॉट जो भी ज्वाइन किया यार चेक द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑल द लिंक्स आर देयर बिफोर मैच एक्चुअली गेट्स टू द रियल काइंड ऑफ फाइट जो हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं इस गेम में लेकिन हाँ प्रॉपर ये मैं बोलूँ तो जस्ट माय क्विक ओपिनियन yes I've gone for United to kind of get a draw and that's an upset मेरे लिए तो लेकिन I can certainly see यार it's going to be attack versus defense it's like a proper training ground का जो माहौल होता है ना that is what it will be because City are playing really attacking formation I'll try and share it again लेकिन technically they can actually go 4-2-4 they have they have the players to actually go 4-2-4 if they want to abhi dikh raha hai they are going that traditional way itself but I think they can really as in bring it on that's what City is and Man United playing Van Bissaka against Diego Dalot and of course with Varane more of a ball player not being there I don't know like those headers for goals itself that be missed so the only way I can see is Man United probably getting someone on the bench. I think Marcus Rashford, Hemant, कौन लगता है who's going to be the first sub if all?
आई थिंक यहाँ पे मैं सब्स के बजाय एक पॉइंट ऐड करूंगा आपके उस पे। यूनाइटेड का मुझे लग रहा है इस गेम में फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी थोड़ी ज्यादा होगी बिकॉज आई नो दे हैव गॉन फॉर अ डिफरेंट फॉर्मेशन बट आई कैन सी देम यूजिंग अ 4-4-2 जहाँ पे वो डायमंड यूज करें एंड फर्नांडिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ फॉल्स नाइन।
अभी वही लग रहा है इनफैक्ट लग रहा है मुझे कि जहाँ तक अगेन पीपल माइट करेक्ट मी बट विजय आई एम सीइंग ऑन द पेज दैट फर्नांडिस इज द हाईएस्ट ऑन टॉप right?
Yeah, apparently Fernandes and Pogba seems to be very high up the pitch.
So Elanga is getting that free roll, or maybe they go 4-2-2-2 with goal. Man, ये शुरू इसलिए मैं prediction time पे ले लिया था. Kevin De Bruyne goal people, भाई साहब.
Wow, you too
quick. That was like proper training ground. That was a training ground active kind of thing. And I think before I go 3-1 to ManCity, I think just while I probably get it right.
सब पलटो।
या भाई तन्मय आएंगे यार उस पर नॉरिच इसके साथ चेल्सी जीतेगी इतना तो बोलेंगे लेकिन वी विल डेफिनेटली कम टू दैट वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ फुटबॉल बिफोर दैट वी बी डूइंग प्रीव्यू शोज एटसेट्रा तो ज्वाइन करना भाई सर्टेनली थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग वेल बार्सिलोना स्कोर देयर यहां पर सिटी स्कोर ऑफसाइड है क्या नहीं है ऑफसाइड
इतना इजीली ओपन किया इन लोग ने
बर्नार्डो सिल्वा का असिस्ट था क्या
ये आई थिंक सो
बर्नार्डो Grealish playing a crucial role. Yes, Bernardo Silva. Man, वो पहले leg में भी Bernardo Silva narrow goal मारा था आपको याद है तो first leg which was 2-0. This also he got a cross of the narrow angle here. Pretty good here. Bernardo Silva is like form of his life. Vijay, over to you, man. Buddy, how do you define the goal? Man, they were sleeping.
I mean, this is exactly what I said as well, right? Initially, Bernardo Silva is going to post a defensive.
Oh, sorry. I thought it's a great counter. Yeah, please go ahead, Vijay.
No worries. So I think Bernardo Silva has always been, the player to watch out against this defense, and he's proved once again why he is very integral for Man City as well. His movement is very difficult for any defense to track, and given the kind of defensive structure that Manchester United have adapted to with Maguire as well, he doesn't give them that sort of a fluidity from the back, and when they're being very static, it's very difficult for you to track someone like Bernardo Silva, and that's exactly what you're seeing right now. And Ankit, you're way quicker in your stream, buddy. I'm not sure. I'm just getting to 5.52 now. I use Hotstar though, but I'm not sure which
Oh, okay.
application
So
you use.
basically, I'm the one.
Who is
I
that?
thought you
मैं भी
were
पीछे हूँ.
watching a TV as well. Okay, no problem. People watching, you might get an action replay of the reactions. I'll try to hold it for a few seconds, but as much as I can. That's all I can promise, right? Because yeah, I am on 6:45 already.
6:45. That's 30 seconds above
You
us.
might want to refresh, Hemant.
Yeah,
Even you
right
might want
doing
to
that.
refresh.
मैं 6:30 पे हूँ, so I'm good.
Exactly. It's usually just 15 seconds behind. So definitely, I think Vijay, you might want to refresh the
यहाँ
screen.
पे मैं एक पॉइंट ऐड करूंगा
For a
जो
new browser.
गोल मारा, जो सिल्वा ने असिस्ट दिया. आई थिंक वहां पे आज वरान की जो उसने मिस किया है, शायद वो ड्रॉप हुआ है, क्या हुआ है, इंजरी हुई है, मुझे पता नहीं है.
इंजरी हमने टीम में
Injury,
बात की
yes.
थी. तो ही इज आई थिंक हिम एंड रोनाल्डो दोनों ही एज इन दे हैव अ नॉक फ्रॉम व्हाट आई हियर. यस एब्सोल्युटली. केडीबी यार बाय द वे पोल लिया था सब लोग ने. होपफुली केडीबी डिफरेंस मेकर होता है यार इन दीस काइंड ऑफ गेम्स. एंड क्रिस्टियनसन जा रहा है, जूल्स कुंडे नीडेड नेक्स्ट सीजन. यार उसमें तो कितने बात की हम लोग, लेकिन एवरी डे एक डिफरेंट फील आती है. आई रियली फील दैट क्रिस्टियनसन, यार हम लोग ने इतना साल वेट किया. वी हैव वेटेड फॉर सो लॉन्ग फॉर दिस गाय टू फाइनली बिकम अ मैन फ्रॉम अ बॉय. And he's performed greatly in the Champions League run, and of course at times this season as well. But now when he's, oh my god, great chance by the way United had. By now he should be actually taking Chelsea backline by himself. He should be the leader. Hemant, what is your view? Jules Kounde is not ready for me. Christensen is ready.
आई थिंक जूल्स कुंडे इज आल्सो रेडी, लेकिन क्रिस्टियनसन ऑलरेडी प्रीमियर लीग प्रोवन है, तो वो बात अलग आई जाती है वहां पे. लेकिन जूल्स कुंडे बहुत ही बेहतरीन सेंटर बैक है.
हाँ, बेहतर. Attributes are probably better, लेकिन in terms of वही है ना कि he still has mistakes in him. Not that Christensen hasn't, but like you said, Christensen, Vijay, don't you think like he is chalked down on his mistakes that he used to have? And probably now is the time when we back three probably suits him better than Barcelona system, right?
Absolutely. So the first thing that I'd like to say about this Christensen and Koundé situation is that, I mean, I like Koundé, don't get me wrong, but I still think he's got this uncontrolled aggression that he really has to get sorted. I mean, 3-4 red cards a season is not what Chelsea wants in Premier League. They can easily punish you. So I think that's a bit of a concern for me. And Christensen, like you mentioned, right, we've been waiting for him to get to his prime for a long time, and now when he hits the prime, he's out of the contract, and I expected him to, stick with Chelsea and then for a few more seasons be at the top of his game. Again, not slandering him because he wanted to move on to a different club, but then that was kind of the expectation. Of course, he's been with Chelsea from the younger days, and he he has gone through the ranks, and he's now starting to become a real threat in the defensive side. I really would be missing Christensen's ball playing ability from the back, and when he plays in the right centre back, I think he still is the best player that we have in one-on-one situations when we defend, and that particular aspect of his game will be definitely missed. I'm not really sure on how someone like Koundé would come in and integrate. Of course, we're getting players from different leagues and expecting them to perform in the first season, and we've seen that it has not historically gone well as well with people like Kai Havertz, Timo Werner. They're still taking their time to come in. I'm not saying Kai Havertz hasn't done great, but then it's taken close to 1.5 years to actually see his true potential in Premier League. Can we wait for another 1 year or 1.5 years for Koundé to get to his prime? I'm not so sure, and that's the reason why I would have preferred someone like Christensen to have signed the contract. But then, given the current, dynamics of what is happening at the leadership level at Chelsea, it would be very difficult, to close off any deals, given that the leadership itself is right now not consistent. We don't know who is going to be taking over, who is going to be on the leadership. Marina, the chief negotiator for Chelsea, until now, we don't know her position as well in the club, if she's going to be in for a long time, if she's going to be with the new owners. We don't know any of those, so it is going to be it's definitely going to have an impact on terms of getting these deals signed. And Christensen, for me, along with Rudiger, if they stay, that would be really great, because we've already started to see that kind of a bond that is led by Thiago Silva at Chelsea's backline.
By the way, United are not doing too badly. They're मतलब जहाँ पर मुझे लग रहा है strategy की, they are definitely hitting on the counter. लेकिन Pogba is staying up front. Pogba is not someone who's tracking back. Hemant, any comments there? क्योंकि Pogba, I don't know, मतलब they are trying to use his height, aerial ability, or what? क्या लगता है? मतलब Pogba is not stayed up front so long, right?
हाँ, वो कह सकते हो आप, बट या वो भी कभी पोग्बा को इतना एडवांस रोल में मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड में खेलते हुए देखा नहीं है ज़्यादा, बट अभी जहाँ तक देख रहे हैं, आई थिंक इट्स प्रूविंग बेनिफिशियल फॉर यूनाइटेड. ये देख के अच्छा लग रहा है. आई थिंक इट्स 4-4-2, वो डायमंड में ही खेल रहे हैं, साफ दिख भी रहा है. एंड फर्नांडिस इज गोइंग फॉर एज अ फॉल्स 9 एंड पोजेशन भी रख रहे हैं ये लोग. तो यूनाइटेड आर प्लेइंग गुड. वो गोल बहुत ही सिली कंसीड किया इन लोग ने, लेकिन इट शुड हैव बीन 0-0. और यूनाइटेड अभी तक तो मेरे हिसाब से अच्छा खेल रही है अटैकिंग में अगर देखें तो.
नहीं, it's definitely वही 4-4-2 या बोले 4-2-2-2 वही है उनका सिस्टम, with Fernandes and Pogba up front. Fernandes is like kind of the floater. लेकिन Man City, after that initial goal, of course, by the way, they are kind of defending, so it's going to be an interesting game. Let's see. Hopefully, पता नहीं, Vijay, do you feel that United from left hand side are probably they should attack more, because Alex Telles has a natural width compared to Van Bissaka, right? I think that is something that probably we should expect. What's the best way to beat City, you think?
Yeah, that's true. They should be attacking from that left flank, Manchester United. But then it's always very difficult to go against someone like Kyle Walker, because he is going to catch you back if with whatever speed you run. So he's going to let you run past him, and then he's going to still catch you up. And I don't think so Sancho would have that required pace to actually, go alongside Kyle Walker and pose a threat to him. But then I get your point. It has to be a balanced attack on each of these sides, and if you start overloading on just one side of it, it becomes very predictable for the opposition to deal with you. So all that you have to do is try and be more attacking on either side of it. So it's kind of a surprising way of getting to your box and creating something out of it. But what a goal that is from Kevin De Bruyne. I'm just looking at the replay, very calm, composed, and just a training ground finish, like you mentioned.
You know what? Which was that game recently? I think one of the other big games as well. Kevin De Bruyne, I think he plays in the penalty box as though he's still in training, and that's the best thing about these top players, right? I think they have such a calm mindset. They don't panic at all. And I think I know we are like Chelsea boys, so probably will be trying to relate to that. And that's something that Chelsea hugely misses, as much as we got a 4-0 victory yesterday. That calmness in the box is something that is probably the biggest attribute I feel that which is underrated in terms of Kevin De Bruyne, right? As in calm individual for whatever he brings to the table. But yeah, I think Foden. I think City have mentioned, Hemant, Foden playing that midfielder role. Silva आपका left wing खेल रहा है, और Foden is your left central midfielder on pitch. It's as of now. So do you feel that Foden अभी भी देखा तो I think you probably see in a few seconds because आप lag कर रहे हो, लेकिन Foden certainly losing the ball मेरे ख्याल से थोड़ा सा backfire हो सकता है, and they might have to get more kind of strong Grealish to track back. I don't know, क्या लगता है उस पर?
I think it could be. अभी तक वो मेरा आया नहीं है वहाँ पर, लेकिन
actually
Grealish
sorry, I
का
think I'm actually seeing Foden back to the false nine also. Foden is playing false nine and Silva has gone back to left wing. I think probably after that जो हुआ था, he got beaten. By the way, oh man, एक attack City का होता है और लगता है यार गोल हो जाएगा. That is what City bring to you, right? I mean, one attack. And by the way, I'm hoping कि यार ध्रुव जो ज्वाइन करने वाले हैं हाफ टाइम में, आई एम होपिंग ही एटलीस्ट वॉचेस ऑन टीवी बिकॉज और मजा आएगा साथ में अगर देखो तो. लेकिन एब्सोल्युटली ग्रेट. मीनवाइल ऑफ कोर्स पीपल जो भी ज्वाइन किया है, रियली वुड request you all, please like the stream. एक भी जन अगर like नहीं है, it certainly helps. Do check out the description, and of course hopefully we'll have more people. I know बहुत लोग stream कर रहे हैं आज, but we'll have more people joining in. Do consider sharing on the social media, and same goes to the panel. If you can just share it on social media, absolutely great. हम ज़्यादा लोग होंगे तो और मज़ा आएगा with a lot of questions and answers as well. लेकिन हाँ, meanwhile I'll try and basically ask you guys a few questions, and I'm putting the panel on the spot. जो भी देख रहा है, hopefully आप लोग भी answer करो साथ में, and again it's just for fun, right? So there's something that I think Vijay knows for sure. We love a trivia, so I'll probably put in a few comments here which probably you can answer while you're watching the match, and if something exciting happens, great. But by the way, Barcelona, big up to Ferran Torres, finally he got scoring boots on, so that's good for him. लेकिन हाँ, still I think the match is going on. वहाँ पर कुछ भी update होता है, we'll cover it, right? So this is पहला question. Which club has recorded the most defeats in Premier League history? I will just take a pun. I'll probably try and give you some options. Let me see before you guys take a guess, or you can just take a guess. Is it Aston Villa? Oh, by the way, that was a save by. Oh no, offside tha kya? Oh man, you guys are trailing by a few seconds, good few seconds, man. This is
Absolutely.
not done. This is not done, man. No worries, no worries. Vijay, you can probably, as in react on what's happening on your screen at least, like that. Not bad, because I'm pretty sure बहुत लोग जो देख रहे हैं वो भी online देख रहे होंगे. So
Yeah, okay. That is the case. Then I can probably go with it.
Good save.
Saka. Even Hemant seems to be somewhere
Is
else.
it? Yeah, but I think it's a penalty. Harry Maguire, how could they give the foul? Harry Maguire, didn't he do a Aspilicueta move to Phil Foden? देखना अभी आएगा. You guys will watch it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yes, penalty. So
It could
same
be.
Aspilicueta type move.
Exactly.
I think VAR could probably take a look. KDB running into the box again, posing a definitive threat. Okay, made the first save though, and Foden is being pulled down by Harry Maguire. That could have been a penalty. Let's see if VAR is going for a check though.
No.
Harry.
No is the answer. Because you can see it on screen as well. The screen, fortmob.com also has the updated one, right? So it's a free kick for Manchester United. I have no idea anyone watching or in the panel if they are able to gauge क्यों मिला free kick Manchester United को. Please tell me, because I didn't see any offside.
I think it was before the run of play where KDB, I guess he fouled the other defender there. So since that happened before that, whatever happens after that doesn't count. So maybe if that is the foul that they're talking about.
मैं यहाँ पे एक चीज, आई एम सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट बीच में. यहाँ पे एक आपने शायद नोटिस भी किया होगा, पोग्बा एंड ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस आर प्लेइंग एज ए फॉल्स नाइन दोनों.
Yeah, not sure.
4-2-2, boss. It's definitely 4-2-2. That is what they are doing, because they need two people in the as in midfield as well. Yes, Chirag in the house. Yeah, Chirag भाई आपको आना है तो आ जाओ यार, फ्री हो तो प्लीज. Certainly यहाँ पर, लेकिन आप भी हॉटस्टार वाले हो. लेकिन फिर भी I would love it अगर आप आ जाओ. I know we did a lot of streams कल, तो मैं सोचा यार आज you'll be tired, but certainly Chirag, please message me भाई. I'll message you on WhatsApp if you want to come. Definitely please come on.
I think it's more of a 4-4-2 structure for the defensive side of things for Manchester United, and they've got Pogba and Bruno Fernandes in the front with Fred, McTominay, Sancho and Elanga forming the midfield four. But they're trying to move the ball forward. Manchester City not able to actually, because they're very narrow in the way that United are playing right now. Elanga to Pogba trying to deliver the ball in, but not possible. So ball is behind again to McTominay. They're probably going to be initiating another attack. Sorry, why am I saying Chelsea? Manchester City. The blue confuses me though. Anyways, do you see Pep Guardiola giving those instructions in the touchline? And he seems to be a fair bit confident as well. Grealish Grealish intercepts the ball. This is Bruno Fernandes. Okay,
Sorry,
Bernardo Silva.
just a second. Just a second. Let me take this comment. First of all, fire.com, thank you. Join करने के लिए और फिर से and hopefully आप like कर दियो stream को और check out the description for the panel's channels and of course, Almighty Blues FC का content क्योंकि we actually had a proper stream यार. हमने actually end-to-end detail cover किया था. It's about as in obviously Musin Berak. तो Musin Berak, reports say it's almost confirmed, but I think final decision will not be taken, I think, until all the 10 bids come, as per the reports. So let's see, once the week again starts, हमें मिलेगा कुछ news, लेकिन they are quite confident. Oh, goal, man! Sorry about reacting, but what a goal from Sancho, and game is on. Game is on, people. Manchester United fans. Wow, man. What a goal. Brilliant goal. And I think वो tactic काम कर दिया है, and people in panel, I'm really wondering, as in whether you anticipated that goal. I absolutely did not, to be very honest about it. But I think Sancho just playing that free role in midfield, he was able to kind of go on the left wing. In fact, it was as in great run from Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes जो decoy run किया है उसने भाई साहब. I think Vijay spoke about Kyle Walker, and that is what Kyle Walker got fooled by. Lekin what a curler, man. Sancho has arrived, people. Sancho has arrived. Let's say that.
I think वहाँ पे Pogba का ball था, वो जो gap में.
Beautiful ball from Pogba.
Pogba to I think Fernandes to Sancho. Brilliant.
This is exactly what's the problem, right? With Manchester United, when they play on the opposite against the opposition team, they're so good on the counter that they can actually be very clinical about it. And people like Ronaldo, I don't really think he suits that sort of a counter-attacking system anyways. But then what a ball that was from Paul Pogba initiating that particular move. But again, this is what exactly they've been missing the last couple of months when Pogba was absent. But again, the finish as well, top class.
Brilliant. So game is on, people. Again, अभी मजा आएगा. इसके ही हम वेट कर रहे थे और लग भी रहा था. I think we kind of called it because after that goal, ManCity for some strange reason had become defensive. I don't know what it was, whether it was a left central midfielder role confusion who was to play because they were kind of floating bit too much for my liking. With Foden being the false nine, like in Bernardo Silva left wing पर था and Grealish, in the three they were kind of rotating a bit too much. So that was vacant or. In a strange way, I think that is where the opening came from, right? Which is because Paul Pogba was on that side and he releases Sancho on the left-hand side and Bruno Fernandes, makes that run. So that floating role for both the teams, surprisingly, has worked for Manchester United more as of now. Because first goal, I think we can all say that it was more about just, Bernardo Silva's, as in just the quality. And of course, De Bruyne's finish. But this one, I think, was more a tactical thing. Vijay, what do you think about the tactics about Manchester United?
Again, it's been a bit of a versatile situation as well for Manchester United. I think you would probably remember when I started again talking about the formation. This is exactly what I said, right? This front three will probably give you that versatility. It's not about Cristiano Ronaldo. All balls lead to Cristiano Ronaldo. No, that's not happening today, and that's probably something that would probably play to the advantage of Manchester United, and that's exactly what has happened. But Kevin De Bruyne in the attack now on the counter to Bernardo Silva. Grealish on that left flank. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for Grealish as well to take. For Van Bissaka as well to take on Grealish. It's never been easy for him, and
he'll probably stay back itself, I'm guessing. But yeah, I'll quickly come back to this because जब ये read ही कर रहा था and I was just trying to express my as in the information that I have. Fire.com. Firstly, thanks again. I certainly see. Oh. पता नहीं बार इस कमेंट में आता ना कुछ होता है और आप लोग देखोगे भाई साहब what was that by Phil Foden? What was that? This guy headed and De Gea was literally rooted to his spot, literally saved by that bar. But anyway, fire.com to and again Vijay or Hemant, correct me if I'm wrong, like from what I remember speaking on that live stream that we covered with Chirag being there as well. Musin Berak is the owner of AB Group Holdings, and AB Group Holdings are into, I think, energy, crypto, whatnot, Turkish group that we're talking about. He is having assets worth, I think, 11.5 billion, and that is something Ruben Abramovich bhi the usi range mein. So potentially there is an acquaintance between Roman Abramovich and him, which makes him one of the favorites, not the favorite. But at the same time, Chelsea are aware that anywhere there is any political issue, they are trying to avoid anything of accepting such bids. So Vijay, what is your gut? Is it going to be the American Swiss kind of consortium, which I'm hoping not, or this one?
I mean, I'll be very honest with you. Historically, the bids or people who are talking about the bids in public forum have never been a successful bid. Okay, and that's the reason why I think there could be a possibility where both of them are not in the equation and could be a different third party. Because people who actually do business in silence, and we know that Chelsea Football Club likes to do business in the silence. So, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from these two people. They as we gather, these both have put in their bids, but would that be a successful bid? It's a lot of a question mark, because I personally think Roman Abramovich is going to be looking into those sort of factors as well. Because if you cannot do this sort of a bid, I mean, this sort of a transition silently, I'm not sure how you're going to be operating in the transfer market as well. So these are the initial negatives that comes in, when you look at the right ownership for the club. But yeah, you got your details as well, right, in terms of this new Turkish billionaire, somewhere in the range of Roman, not exactly at the level of Roman, but yeah, a bit lesser than that. And his relationship with Roman is kind of the driving factor for a lot of people, and they're believing that this could transpire into something more realistic. And even AB Holdings general manager has actually confirmed that the bid was actually submitted. So we know for sure that these two parties are interested, and the bid is submitted. And the transition again is going to be a short term, is what I believe, if any of these guys get their hands on to Chelsea Football Club. But I would, if you ask my honest opinion amongst these two, I would probably go for the Turkish one. Not that I don't like the American side of things like the other people, but then it's more of a consortium, which I don't want, because the decision making is always slow, and it's very difficult to.
Oh, sorry, but what a ping pong game! And City score, people, City score. Kevin De Bruyne with a brace. Oh my God! And again, sorry about this panel, but come on, I couldn't control that because it was literally a game of ping pong. आप देख सकते हो screen पर भी है. That is something that I don't know, यार. Man United भाई साहब, आप गोल स्कोर किए हो. Why
और
was
भाई यहाँ पे बार्सिलोना भी is 2-1 up. Memphis Depay.
Oh, Memphis Depay scoring. Wow, what a
दोनों
comeback.
साथ में.
And moving 84th minute penalty by Barcelona. Well, good. Congrats to Barcelona fans. There is something going on there with Xavi and the team spirit. Depay, Dembele suddenly in the mix. तो अच्छा लग रहा है. Depay को penalty दिया. And यहाँ पर Foden का brilliant save by David De Gea. Brilliant, world class save. Unfortunately, the rebound, Manchester United defenders were sleeping. Sorry to say, I think Maguire, I don't know, he was properly beaten. What a beautiful move by Foden to take over Maguire. But that shot, wow. And I think I have to kind of, definitely question Manchester United being so defensive after that goal again. It's literally mirrored, right? As in, Vijay, both the teams, because what they did after the goal, literally, just stand back.
It kind of shows you the sheer quality of Manchester City, nothing else. Kevin De Bruyne, what a finish that was. And Phil Foden, another youngster coming through the ranks, and Harry Maguire should have definitely done a lot better in terms of the rebound that came out of De Gea. He actually let it slide through his legs. In terms of like the De Gea save, and you're not going to stop De Bruyne from like 6 yards or 7 yards, be it De Gea or Edouard Mendy. He is very powerful in his shots, and that's exactly what you just witnessed.
Oh my God! As much as I praise Sancho, I think this is going to be a long night for Manchester United. I have that inkling feeling now, and
I
De
told
Bruyne
you
with
the
a
attack.
brace.
I told you they're going to be very strong on that left flank, and this is exactly what is happening. Like Foden and Grealish, no, Wan-Bissaka is not gonna deal with them any day. Come on, and you're going to see a lot more attacks stemming from that left flank, and I'm not sure if Manchester United are equipped to stop someone like both Foden and Grealish in this game, and that's the reason why I think it's not going to be an easy game or easy night for United and their fans.
Yes. By the way, Srimati, thank you join करने के लिए. Yes, I know you're a Chelsea fan. I hope you like the stream. Check out the description for the links of the panel as well that I've been highlighting. And I don't know what you feel about this game going on, Barcelona's game. Lekin coming to Chelsea, Hemant bhai, again we can only speculate here. Hemant, what's your view on Marina? How long she needs to stay minimum, and what is your feeling? Will she stay or not?
I hope Marina stays for long क्योंकि सबको
Yeah,
पता है वो
everyone hopes. Like एक
negotiation.
होता है ना एक gut feel होता है because knowing the relationship with Roman that she has, and even like Petr Cech, and she's developed a very strong relationship with Petr Cech and Bruce Buck. As in for
रहने चाहिए वो.
that
I think उसका थॉमस टुकल के साथ भी बहुत ही अच्छा वो रिलेशन है
Yeah,
एंड सबके साथ ही
exactly.
अच्छा. और अगर ट्रांजिशन करना है हमें जो नए ओनर के बाद तो एक मरीना जैसा एक स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड एक चाहिए हमें वहां पे. So I hope she stays for long. और मेरे हिसाब से जो ओनर्स का लग रहा है, I do not want the American owners. मेरे को बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद. जैसे हम लोगों ने देखा यूनाइटेड और आर्सेनल के साथ क्या हो गया. So I hope that वो टर्किश billionaire comes in because I think वो रोमन का दोस्त भी है, कुछ ऐसा भी बता रहे हैं लोग. So मेरे हिसाब से वही होना चाहिए.
दोस्त तो पता नहीं लेकिन हाँ मतलब there is a connection. But Vijay, does AB Group have any connection to football or any sport? I couldn't find
No.
any data on that.
No, they don't actually. So they're predominantly into real estate and also into crypto, and that's exactly what
And
they do.
energy sector as well. Like these are the
Yeah,
three
energy
sectors
sector,
that I
correct.
found.
But then this person, Jim Ratcliffe, he does have a lot of connection. A lot of connection in terms of football. Of course,
He's
he
a fan
owns.
as well, right? He's a Chelsea fan, if I'm not wrong.
He is a Manchester United fan,
Okay.
and he's grown in. He was born in Failsworth actually, and he is a Manchester United fan. Of course, he owns he is valued at 10 billion, but then his company is valued close to 61 billion in Ineos Group, and he could be a very good choice as well. But the problem with Ratcliffe is that he wants consortium as well because he is already owning, if you guys know, OGC Nice in the French league, and also a Switzerland team, Lorraine, and then another team in Ivory Coast League. So he's already owning three football clubs
Ratcliffe.
across
Okay,
the world.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
but
So, and what happens basically is that so when you do that, there is a bit of a regulation issues as well because Premier League clubs, if you own one Premier League club and if you try to gain control for the another one, you cannot do it. Basically, 10% is what you can sharehold in one of the club, and the second club you cannot own it at all. It has to be less than 10%, and you should not be having decision-making authorities. That's the Premier League regulations. But then on the other hand, there is a bit of a UEFA integrity regulations as well, where it says 50%. It's not 10%. It says 50%. So if both Nice and Chelsea, let's say, are owned by someone like Ratcliffe, and both of them compete in the same competition. When I say the same competition, the same UEFA competition. Let's say Nice comes into Champions League, right? That become a conflict of interest if Ratcliffe is owning 50% or above in both of these clubs, and that is the reason why Ratcliffe doesn't want Chelsea Football Club to be. He doesn't want to own Chelsea completely. That's the reason why he's asking for 3 or 4 more partners. It's not that he cannot afford it, but then there'll be a conflict of interest with OGC Nice as well. Right now, from the French league, if they go to Champions League, there'll be a conflict of interest and they cannot do it. In the past, there had been the same case as well with AEK Athens and Slavia Prague, where this kind of came into picture, and that's when UEFA actually added that to the regulations. So there's a bit of an issue, and that's the reason why he wants to go through.
Sorry to cut you there, but I think there is an issue on the pitch or off the pitch rather. कुछ तो हो रहा है. Ralph Ragnick is speaking to the referee. I don't know if it's got to there yet for you guys. That there is an issue. I don't know people watching. हम commentary नहीं सुन रहे, तो please help us जो भी देख रहा है. और again, do like that stream. Do check out the description for the channels of Hemant as well as VJ and of course Dhruv as well, जो हमें join करेगा. Ronaldo fan and at half time. I don't know what's happening, लेकिन हाँ, this comment quickly ले लेते while we actually wait for match to restart. And meanwhile, I think quickly Barcelona. Elche have got a red card. Javier Pastore, we all remember Javier Pastore. He has got a red card in 89th minute, and I think Barcelona, the match is in injury time. They should probably win it 2-1. So congratulations Barcelona in advance. What will be the best result for Chelsea? United win or City win or a draw? Hemant, would you like to take this?
सिटी विन मेरे हिसाब से तो वही बेस्ट रिजल्ट है.
अरे come on, how can it be? नहीं.
I,
तो I'll tell you what.
I think
Okay, table कल actually हम share किए थे, and I'll try and share the table again. By chance, United beat City, right? And Liverpool kind of draw City. We are talking about potentially the league leaders dropping 4 points, right? And Liverpool also dropping 2 points. That is the only option जहाँ पर there is a 0.1% chance जो Chelsea के लिए फायदा है. And United अभी threat नहीं है क्या हेमंत? फोर्थ पोजीशन के
I,
लिए,
मैं उसी
थर्ड
पे
पोजीशन
लेके
के लिए.
चला था. मेरे हिसाब से तो टाइटल रेस जो इस समय है दैट इज बिटवीन सिटी एंड लिवरपूल. चेल्सी रेस में बिल्कुल नहीं है. मैं अगर
Exactly, but
चेल्सी के
come on, boy. As in, you cannot give it up.
मैं
That's a
चेल्सी के
fact.
फैन से
I
अगर
know
बोलूँ
what you
तो
mean.
या
Yeah.
पर चेल्सी के फैन से अगर बोलूँ तो ठीक है. फिर सिटी हारे तो मेरे को तो अच्छा ही लगेगा.
नहीं
लेकिन मैं इसे
तेरे
टॉप 4 के हिसाब से देख रहा हूँ. तो मेरे
नहीं,
हिसाब से
I absolutely buy your point, Hemant. Absolutely, जो लॉजिकल है आप एकदम करेक्ट हो. लेकिन what will be the best result? लेकिन if you actually look at the calculations, I don't know, Vijay, the calculations I said, does it make sense? Because I think City dropping points and Liverpool dropping points is the only best case scenario for Chelsea to probably get closer or try and as in get that third spot, right? As Man United, do you think, Vijay, that they are a threat for third spot as well?
I mean, I think I look at it from two different perspectives here. What you're saying is more of a mathematical calculation or a mathematical chance
Yeah,
for Chelsea to actually end
exactly.
up in the first spot. But realistically speaking, right now you would want
Hemant is
someone
right.
like you would want someone like Manchester City to win this game, because you don't want that sort of a pressure on behind your back with United and Arsenal chasing you on that for the fourth spot. And if at all we drop a point here and there, which potentially could happen given our next run of forms after this month, then we are stuck in a bit of a conundrum, because these guys who are playing behind us have matches in their hands as well, and that's why I believe what you're saying does make sense, and what Heyman says absolutely makes sense. But I think it's more of a realistic chance with what Heyman says, and that's why I think I'd side with more of a City win. But I hear you what you're saying, and it's a bit
Absolutely.
ambitious at this
Yeah,
point.
as in obviously, as in that's the spirit. Like I have been saying on record, मतलब मैं तो बोलते आ रहा हूँ हर एक stream में. Hemant, I think you've been there. We discussed on Sports Cuppa as well. The difference between Klopp mentality monsters that Liverpool fans call themselves is that mentality itself. You see, even those games where they have not been 100%, just that emotion after the game. It kind. I know I'm kind of as in pulling the plug here, but it kind of turns you on as a fan, and that's what you like to see. At any point, I wouldn't like my managers to give up. Yes, they have to be realistic, and of course, worst case scenario can also be as in encountered. We don't want that, like what used to happen towards the end of Lampard's era. And as much as I say that, I would rather have us kind of just going for it every match. And I'm spoiled as a Chelsea fan, put it that way. But I think Hemant, thank you.
Okay.
आपने बताया. Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing, right? I mean, there's no one answer to it. That's the reason. That's the whole reason why I said that, because this fan base is, of course, of multiple age group and multiple people with a different set of mentality. So for optimistic fans, of course, your answer would make more sense, and for people who are more realistic or being a bit pessimist, then probably the other one would sound more realistic. I belong to the second category, and that's the reason why I'd probably stay with Hemant in this particular debate. But then I
No
hear
man,
you
as in
what you
come
say.
on, as in I
बट यहाँ
absolutely
पे
relate to
एक
you.
पॉइंट मैं
Hemant,
ऐड करूंगा.
correct.
मैं इसलिए भी थोड़ा सा वैसा पॉइंट दे रहा हूँ बिकॉज लिवरपूल का अगर देखें ना, जब भी इन दोनों के बीच में चैलेंज होता है बिटवीन सिटी एंड लिवरपूल गो ऑन अ स्ट्रीक. ये लोग रुकते नहीं है. एंड दे हैव आल्सो बोस्टर्ड देयर स्क्वाड इन जनवरी. लुइस डियाज आ गया है, और तो उसकी वजह से दे आर इन, मेरे हिसाब से ऑन फॉर्म दे आर द बेस्ट टीम ऑन द प्लेनेट इस समय. ये तो मैंने पहले ही कह दिया था, लिवरपूल.
Interesting.
एंड आई डोंट थिंक दे आर गोइंग टू स्टॉप मेरे हिसाब से.
Wow, let's see.
I mean, adding Luis Diaz definitely brings in a lot of dimension to Liverpool's game, and he's fitted into Liverpool as if like a gel, right? I didn't expect him to do that very early, but then that particular way that he's fitted in, it completely changed the complexity of the top finish. Oh my God, that was Foden missing a chance there against
Foden,
De
yeah,
Gea.
as in just wide, right?
I just
But
got
do you think
distracted. I was talking something and I got distracted because of that counter attack from
no,
that was
the
led by
match comes first
Cuppa.
for sure. Yeah, but that's a good chance for sure. But I think quickly I'll take this comment here. Rather, the question: what ad Reece James and Chelsea yesterday's game? As in, I'm guessing that means that what basically Reece James adds to the team that probably they didn't have. Hemant, लेना चाहोगे?
आई थिंक रीस जेम्स यहाँ पे 2 पॉइंट्स आएंगे. मैं रीस जेम्स का पॉइंट लूंगा, बट मोर देन दैट हमने मेसन माउंट के ऊपर एक वीडियो बनाया था कुछ दिन पहले, दैट मेसन माउंट्स बेस्ट पोजीशन इज एट अ नंबर 8 रोल, थोड़ा डीपर रखे. आई थिंक वो चिराग भाई ने कहा था. सो कल जब टूकल ने सेकंड हाफ में चेंजेस किए तो मेसन माउंट वेंट अ लिटिल डीप. उसकी वजह से रीस जेम्स का परफॉर्मेंस ज्यादा अच्छा हुआ. यस, रीस जेम्स जब हम लोग के विंग बैक्स फिट होते हैं, वी आर अ कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट टीम. और जब हम लोग के चिलवेल होता है, रीस जेम्स होता है, देन हम लोग का जो गेम है वो पूरा कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड है विंग बैक्स पे. मतलब उसी
Yeah.
के हम लोग बिल्डअप जो आता है, दैट इज मोर बिकॉज ऑफ विंग बैक्स. एंड रीस जेम्स के आने की वजह से ऑब्वियसली वो पूरा डायनामिक ही चेंज हो जाता है हम लोग का. एंड उसकी फिनिश तो टॉप क्लास थी कल.
Oh, by the way, wow. What an interception. Was it Van Bissaka? Van Bissaka made a crucial interception. It would have been 3-1. Trust me, or David Dea would have got sent off. That was like some kind of through ball. Yeah, City, man. City are like literally playing them out of the park. It is probably a replica of what happened in the first leg. It's just that the first goal happened कैसे ना कैसे. By the way, ये सब मैं last 20 मिनट पहले एक question पूछा था panel. I'm not sure if you were interested or you probably gave it away. I think let's take a guess, guys. I think this is a question that you have on screen. That goes for VJ, Hemant और सब लोग chat पर भी. Let's see. There are options there. Which club has recorded the most defeats in Premier League history? Come on, guys. I think there's so
What
many
are the
Premier League
options? What are the options?
so before the option, I thought you would come up with a guess, but here are the options: Aston Villa, Everton, Newcastle, and West Ham. Which club has recorded the most defeats in Premier League history? And we'll take one by one answers from the panel and chat.
आई थिंक
जो
एस्टन
भी
विला.
अच्छा, तो Hemant is going with Aston Villa. I'll lock that for Hemant.
I'm gonna
Everton
go
is
with
an option.
I'm gonna go with Newcastle.
Okay. So let's see. Honestly, okay. By the way, even I don't know the answer, people. मुझे भी answer नहीं पता है. But yeah, let me actually think and answer this. The most defeats in Premier League history has to be the one which has been most consistent, I feel.
In the Premier League, correct.
Yes, and among these clubs, जो consistent हुई है मेरे ख्याल से is Everton. Everton have been ever
Yeah,
present from what I know.
Everton. Yeah.
So there are three answers from the panel: Aston Villa, Everton, or Newcastle. And again, people, almost 10 people watching. Bhai, let's actually subscribe so that you're able to comment, come up with answers. We are going to have a trivia and watch along. And congrats to Barca fans and to City fans as of now. Lekin, let's actually get in the answers, people watching, and do like the stream as well. Don't forget. So let me actually check out the answer. So let me actually take a pun at one of the answers. Let's see what it is. I'm going with Everton. Okay, I got it right, people. So we are going to score this quiz till the end of the match. How's that idea, Hemant and Vijay? Again, no prizes. Let's see. We'll probably have all watch-alongs ka, trivia prize. How's that idea? Yes, of course, Rudranil. Congratulations. By the way, यार हम बीच-बीच में थोड़ा ट्रिविया लेने वाले रुद्रानिल और जो भी देख रहे हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू ज्वाइन करने के लिए, कमेंट करने के लिए एंड लाइक कर दीजिए प्लीज. यस आप प्लीज स्पैम मत करिए. बारसा वन बहुत खुश हो. बाय द वे, व्हाट अ वर्ल्ड क्लास सेव अगेन बाय डेविड डिया, गेटिंग बैक टू द गेम बाय मैन डेविड डिया. If Manchester United don't make a statue of David De Gea, I don't know by next year. I don't know what to say, man. This guy has literally saved them for seasons together. As in, they've literally been there in Champions League week, year in year out because of David De Gea. And you'll probably see that Mahrez with an excellent, typical Mahrez, as in bottom right corner shot with David De Gea just bails out somehow. Very difficult save at that height. Extremely difficult saves.
यूनाइटेड का डिफेंस इज नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट विदाउट डेविड डे. कुछ है ही नहीं.
एग्जैक्टली. और आज वरान भी नहीं है ना, तो आई डोंट नो, लाइक मैग्वायर इज टू स्लो यार फॉर सिटी.
वो अभी भी टीम में कैसे मुझे नहीं मालूम.
हाँ वो ऑप्शन नहीं है ना. एरिक भाई has not played enough games as well, तो I don't know. But by the way, I'm just happy that almost half time हो गया है और यहाँ पर अपना जो क्विज चल रहा है साइड बाय साइड में जो शुरू हो गया है. I am actually leading 1 to Ankit, nil to Hemant and nil to VJ. And people watching again, do like the stream. Check out Sports Cuppa, Sportswire. Like I think you must have figured out जो भी देख रहे हैं अभी तक. VJ covers a lot of administrative content as well, which as a football fan, a lot of us miss out on. So do check it out for sure, along with the footballing content which he anyway gets. And I think his watch-alongs are also very interesting. He does commentary. And Sports Kappa में आपने देखा ही होगा. We have figured out few times, and thanks to Hemant for that. He did a brilliant video recently. Mason Mount का एक debate हुआ था मेरे चिराग और हेमंत के बीच में. But there was a Roman Abramovich का send off kind of tribute as well जो हमने भी किया था. So I hope you check out these channels. And we'll have a Ronaldo fan in the house. I know काफी unhappy रहेंगे. That is Dhruv from in behind because not seeing Ronaldo in this game. But that's something that we would like hopefully. But again, great half of football for me. Quickly, I know before the half ends, Hemant, क्या summarize करना चाहोगे half?
आई थिंक जब भी यूनाइटेड पोजेशन में रही है, जब अटैक करने की कोशिश कर रही है, दे हैव बीन गुड. लेकिन जैसे ही सिटी के पास पोजेशन आया है, यूनाइटेड कुछ नहीं कर पाई है. देयर डिफेंस इज नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट, जैसा कि मैंने कहा. बट सैंचो मेरे हिसाब से बहुत ही ज्यादा डिसअपॉइंटेड होगा, एंड सेम विद पोग्बा, क्योंकि यूनाइटेड का अटैक हैज बीन गुड.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% है. मतलब वही है ना. David Dea literally saved Vijay, as in it would have probably been 4-1 or something, right, Vijay, if not for David Dea.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is not the first time he's pulled some sort of a magic trick out of his bag, and
and Van Bissaka. Shout out for Van Bissaka as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was more of a De Gea mistake because he was not confident if he's going to reach to that ball. But I think at that particular instance, it was more of Van Bissaka trying to save it. But yeah, the defense altogether hasn't been that great, and partial attributions to both Harry Maguire, both the centre backs actually, and Lindelof, who's not been at the top of their game right now. And when you're playing against City, if you give them the smallest of opportunity, they're going to use you. They're going to use and punish you, and that's exactly what they've done. De Bruyne has been significant for Manchester City in this half, and he doesn't play a lot of games. Don't get me wrong, but whenever he plays, he's stood apart from most of the players that he plays with. That's exactly what you get when you have someone like a quality De Bruyne playing, and the same as well for Pogba, right? I mean, when Pogba plays, Manchester United on the whole looks better as well.
Exactly. I think that's absolutely fantastic point. Today I was really thinking, right, Paul Pogba will be on his A game. Yes, he contributed to that goal immensely, but apart from that, I don't know, like the floating role for Pogba. I was thinking they'll probably use his height much more defensively, but again, it is what it is, right? As in, he's not your defensive midfielder anyway. But again, Manas, first of all, मैंने देखा आपका question. First of all, thank you join करने के लिए, and hopefully you have liked the stream. By the way, it's half time, and City are leading 2-1, as you can see on the screen. And we've just summarized that half for you. But why aren't United making David De Gea captain of Man United? Because captain has to lead with examples. Pawan, हमने काफी चर्चा की है. I think in the past, I think Sunday League पंडित आए थे, सादिक भाई से डिस्कस हुआ, दिव्यांश भाई से डिस्कस हुआ in the past. मेरे ख्याल से जहां तक मेरी समझ है एंड यूनाइटेड फैन बेस की समझ है, it's David De Gea definitely bleeds United. He's gone on record saying that he feels more a Mancunian rather than someone from Atletico Madrid, which is strange. But it is what it is, right? But it's goalkeeper say you cannot voice as much, you're not kind of heard up front. That can be the only reason I can think of. And of course, beach season में captain change करना, it usually does not happen unless you're an Arsenal. No pun intended to Arsenal fans. But Vijay, you probably would say that they should have made a change after the coach changed.
I mean, yeah, they should have, but then I'm not really a big fan of having your goalkeepers as a captain. The reason being, they're completely aloof of that of the strikers, and they cannot position, the strikers and midfielders.
Same goes for striker, right, Vijay? Same goes for Ronaldo. Maybe that was the reason as well.
Yeah, same goes with the strikers, but at least with strikers, you've got that capability to at least work with the midfield and sometimes with the defense, which covers close to 11 players on the pitch. But when it comes to the goalkeepers, it's usually the defenders who listen to you, because the midfielders usually are high up in the pitch during transitions, and of course the same goes for the attackers as well. So I'm not really being a good fan of goalkeepers being the captain, except for a few exceptions where people like Buffon, of course, you know what kind of a captain he was until his time in Juventus and
Oliver
Italy.
Kahn.
Sorry.
Oliver Kahn, back in the day. Kahn
Yeah.
was, definitely there, right? So
Yes, see, again, there have been a bit of a few people who do that as well, and I think it's more for me. The definition of captain or the definition of a leader is completely different from maybe a lot of people who just because they play well, they would want a captainship armband with them. I kind of beg to differ from that, because it's more about how their off-field, attachments with the team has been. How are they looked up as a leader amongst the group, amongst the pack, and are they being respected? And do the players around them listen to them? And are they more vocal from the back during the game? And do people respect their decisions? These kind of things as well get associated with it, and how do they behave when the entire team's head is down? And at that point, I believe De Gea has done a great job. When the entire team's head is down, he's still able to bring that morale high. But do I think De Gea satisfies all these boxes? Does he tick all these boxes? Not exactly, but do I think there is another better captain for Manchester United at this point in time? No, either. So that's the point, right? So De Gea wouldn't have made a bad captain, but I personally, if at all De Gea was in Chelsea, I wouldn't have made that call, because I'd probably prefer an experienced defender or a midfielder as a captain.
midfielder is perfect. Exactly. So let's get to the second question, and unfortunately Hemant is not here, so that gives a advantage Vijay ko. Or people watching, yes, it's halftime. We have done a quick analysis. We definitely feel City are outplaying United. It's attack versus defense. Yes, Hemant is just back in time for the second question. And of course, people जो भी chat में है, please like the stream. Do subscribe to Almighty Blues FC. Just takes a press of a button, doesn't cost you. And same goes for Sports Cuppa as well as Sportswire. Do that. The links are in this description. हम बोलते रहते हैं. हम Chelsea fans हैं, लेकिन we love football, and that is why we are doing this. It's a fan channel for all to see. And यहाँ पर test 2. Hemant, ready? Which club holds the record for the longest run of matches without receiving a red card? Again, no googling, people. You'll have to do your hands this way. लेकिन just for fun. So, Hemant, yes.
Definitely not Chelsea. That much I know. Referees just love us.
Let's guess without the options first. Even chat में जो आप देख रहे हो screen पर, come on, let's get that right, as in it's half time. And of course, congratulations to Barcelona again, and of course Man-City as of now. Like, which club holds the record for the longest run of matches without receiving a red card? The people in the panel will not be able to see the comments for now, so feel free to comment. जिसको भी पता होगा ये, again, just take a wild guess, yeah, come on. And we are talking about Premier League यहाँ पर और England.
Burnley, मैं Burnley पे जाता. Guess.
Are you sure, buddy?
भाई साहब, Burnley
see Burnley play, right? You see Burnley play, right? Okay, I'm gonna go with Manchester United, because they usually are protected by the referees more. So I'm gonna probably go with Manchester United.
Oh, yeah, controversial. That's the right way, but absolutely, Vijay. By the way, Mohammad Afan, हम club की बात कर रहे हैं. Thank you आपके answer के लिए. Which club holds the record for the longest run of matches without receiving a red card? जिनको red card नहीं मिला है, सबसे लंबा. Which club is it? To actually, let's actually share the options. Let's see, maybe chat थोड़ा सा बताएगी, और यहाँ पर पहले आने लगा यार. Let's see, यहाँ पर लिवरपूल, पवन यादव is saying good guess. Arsenal, यार, come on. You are taking a part Footballpedia, we know that.
तो रोज रेड कार्ड लेते हैं.
Yes. And fire.com, I'll come to your question. We're just kind of answering this abhi ke liye, just for fun. So I'm actually typing in the options right now. So Burnley was a great guess coming from Hemant. First option is Burnley. Second option है Ipswich Town. Third option है Liverpool, जो I think पवन ने बताया है. Again, chat गलत भी हो सकती, सही भी हो सकती, वो आपको गुमराह भी कर सकती. They can actually just kind of play around with you, panel. So don't get kind of moved with the chat. But again, people watching, everyone, do subscribe, do comment. What do you think is the answer for this question on screen? और ये है आपके options. Well, Burnley,
Wow.
Ipswich, Liverpool और Barnsley. अब ये यहाँ पर longest run without red card that can be in football, ना? मतलब it's not necessary to be in the Premier League. It's about English football.
It can be even in Championship, is it?
Exactly.
Wow.
So without, I think my logic says Liverpool. इनमें तो I'm taking Burnley as an answer for Hemant. Hemant, sorry, bhai.
I'm going to go with Liverpool then. Again, another team which is being protected.
Okay, fair enough. Footballpedia thinks City, but unfortunately option में नहीं है City. Bhai, and certainly shout out to Loudmouth Show, by the way. Manchester United being denied Champions League football deserves an applause. Well, let's see. Too early to call.
No worries. I'd be the first one to do that, buddy.
Yeah,
We'll
but
do it with
absolutely,
you.
there is a high chance of that, so I can understand from where you're coming. United looks improved, yes. It's just that the fact that was goal ke baad pata nahi kyun they went back on the back foot. But coming back to the quiz, people. So myself, that's Ankit, and Vijay from Sportswire are guessing Liverpool to be the answer to this particular question, or Hemant bhai bol rahe hai Burnley. तो मैं Liverpool देखना चाहूंगा. भाई साहब, can you believe it?
Don't tell me that's Burnley the answer.
It is Burnley. It is
Wow.
Burnley. भाई हेमंत गूगल किया था ना बोल दे कमान बोल दे ए म्यूट पर ये सच्चा
Muted, buddy.
no, when he's saying the truth, no, he's put himself on mute.
अरे नहीं मैं गेस मार रहा हूँ सच्ची
Wow.
भाई
That's a good guess
साहब,
then.
क्योंकि
That's
मैंने
a
आज
good
तक
applause.
मैं इसलिए
That
सोचा
answer-
ये क्योंकि शॉन डाइस अब तक मैंने देखा ही नहीं बर्नली को रेड कार्ड लेते हुए बिल्कुल भी उनका डिफेंस में बैठे रहते हैं कुछ रेड कार्ड लेते नहीं तो
they have
guess
those
मारता हूँ।
calculative kind of fouls a lot. They foul them as a team.
I mean, see, another thing as well, right? I mean, we are looking at Burnley right now and we're saying, you know what, they're very physical, but this could be more of a history question as well, right? We don't know, like for probably a 20-25 year period back in their 1800s, if they did not get their red cards, it still could count, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know
point.
the period exactly.
Good point. And again, I'm kind of putting the scores. Hemant is now tied with Ankit, and Vijay you need to open the account. Nice kind of fun there. But I think coming back to the match, United look improved only in derbies, and same thing हम Chelsea के बारे में बोल रहे भाई. The thing is, we always turn up in big games, or at least we have those moments. United are that team. United got a double over City last season. We know that the current kind of crop of United and Chelsea squad, they have star players who want to shine when the as in the going is tough, and that's what kind of is visible, and they don't have that mentality monster kind of thing mentality, right? As in that's the only thing difference between City and Liverpool are probably a different bunch versus Chelsea and United, unfortunately. Bhai, big match, big player, KDB, come on City. Yes, at least in the Premier League, I have to say, like last maybe 5 years, Vijay, would you say that he's probably the best EPL player in last 5 years, or would you still say Salah?
Absolutely, I still till date say that both losing KDB and Mohamed Salah was the biggest mistake that Chelsea as a football club did, right? Wow, what a player he's become. Him playing in that cam role, both for Belgium and as well as for ManCity. Absolute legend. The kind of movement that he has on the pitch itself is completely different from whatever midfielder you try to replace him with, that in essence shows how important he is to the team. I believe had he played the entire 90 minutes in the finals as well, maybe the result would have been completely different in the Champions League. But then again, not to downplay Chelsea Football Club, of course we got the result, but then it would have been definitely not an easy game if he had played for the entire 90. Shows his potential.
And as we say that, I think Dhruv has joined us. Dhruv from In Behind. People जो भी देख रहे हैं यार, check out In Behind as well. काफी अच्छा channel है. They have basically I think 3 fans with a Chelsea fan, Real Madrid fan, Dhruv है, of course a Ronaldo fan as well, I'm guessing, and of course Inter Milan fan. So it'll be interesting to hear Dhruv's comments. So Dhruv, welcome to Almighty Blues FC. I've been on the channel first time आप आ रहे हो. Thank you. I know short notice था, but we'll come to the comments. लेकिन quick reaction half time में हमने अपना दे दिया है. आप बोलिए क्या लग रहा है, गेम का चांस है यूनाइटेड का?
Yeah, I think both have had even मेरे हिसाब से तो यूनाइटेड should have not considered 2 goals. ठीक है, एक गोल was considered, but 2 goals I think it's really wrong. और 4th मिनट में वो क्या मतलब डिफेंस हो रहा था, I don't know what was that.
पहला
And
गोल प्रॉब्लम था, मेन प्रॉब्लम
बहुत सी आई मीन इफ एंड ऐसा नहीं कि यूनाइटेड का मोमेंटम मेरे को लग रहा है कि इट हैज बीन देयर और ऐसे पैचेस में रहा है थोड़ा. दे इफ दे ट्राई टू मतलब थोड़ा दिमाग थोड़ा शांत रख के थोड़ा ऐसा आई थिंक सिटी हैव बीन अ बिट लेस. दे हैव बीन आल्सो मतलब थोड़ा कहते हैं ना कि नॉट देयर 100% टुडे. तो इस बात का यूनाइटेड शुड टेक ऑल द एडवांटेज एंड दे शुड ट्राई टू विन दिस गेम. Okay, not try to just take out a draw because Arsenal is coming. It's right, Arsenal is right behind them.
नहीं नहीं एब्सोल्युटली. लेकिन यार गोइंग बाय द गेम जैसे हमने कवर भी किया था, वो डेविड डेयर लिटरली हैज बीन अ सेवियर फॉर देम. तो आई थिंक इट्स ओनली फेयर. सिटी डिजर्व्ड इट, लाइक दैट्स द बॉटम लाइन. लिटरली इट्स बीन अटैक वाज अ डिफेंस. लेकिन यहाँ पर कमेंट्स पर आ जाते हैं क्विकली. सजेस्ट एनी हिंदी कंटेंट क्रिएटर फॉर सिटी. भाई हम भी ढूंढ रहे हैं. आई नो कपल ऑफ देम ऑफ कोर्स एंड दे आर बडिंग सिटी कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स. आई एम नॉट टू श्योर कि वो सिटी का कंटेंट लाते हैं, बट आई नो शीतांशु, ही हैज अ गुड चैनल, upcoming channel. Or I think tackle from behind may, I think the main person there is one of them, is a City fan, but I'm not sure if they bring City का content. वो मुझे थोड़ा सा डाउट है. अगर आप लोग देख रहे हो यार tackle from behind और शीतांशु, please correct it. लेकिन हाँ, certainly we would love to actually know as well. Yes, absolutely. So हाँ ध्रुव, perfect है, no problem. So well, you don't know what type of United would come. सेकेंड हाफ हैज टू बी अ बैटल. हेमंत, क्या लगता है रेड कार्ड सेकेंड हाफ में क्या प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हो? जस्ट गोइंग बाय क्या हुआ है फर्स्ट हाफ में, फॉरगेट द प्रेडिक्शन वी मेड. क्या चेंज होगा यहाँ पे? एनी चेंजेस?
टैक्टिकल चेंज तो मेरे हिसाब से रैग्निक हैज बीन स्पॉट ऑन. यहाँ पे डिफेंसिव मिस्टेक वो इंडिविजुअल मिस्टेक्स है. रैग्निक जो कर सकता था उसने कर दिया है. पोग्बा को आगे खिला दिया उसने, एंड उसकी वजह से सैंचो को भी बहुत ही पॉजिटिव मिल रहा है, एंड सेम फॉर ब्रूनो. लेकिन अब वो मैग्वायर को तो ये नहीं बता सकता कि डिफेंडिंग कैसे करें. सेम विद लिंडलॉफ. तो अगर वहां पे उनके डिफेंसिव इंडिविजुअल मिस्टेक्स थोड़ी कम हो जाए डिफेंस में, देन दे हैव अ शॉट टू एट लीस्ट गेट अ ड्रॉ इन द सेकंड हाफ.
Yes. By the way, I have to kind of pitch in here. First of all, thank you again, and we respect every viewer. Almighty Blues FC, and I feel very strongly about it, people. मैं थोड़ा emotional हूँ, तो please excuse me on that. Almighty Blues FC, and I'm telling it for the I think 100th time that every stream में बोलता हूँ. It's the 101st time. We are a fan channel for all to see, और that is what मैं believe करता हूँ. Let's not discriminate against any language, any person in the world. Yes, I know that is not the intention. Loudmouth Show, big up to you as well. लेकिन everyone has an opinion and we respect your opinion. बहुत लोगों को basically हिंदी में अच्छा लगता है, बहुत लोगों को इंग्लिश में अच्छा लगता है. That is the part of the world they are, and we have to respect the fact that वो एक एक preference रखते हैं. That is why we cover every stream. If you watch, I can assure you, anyone watching, there is not a single stream that a single person in the world will not understand. And we make it sure कि हमारे streams, and anyone in the panel, if you slightly disagree, feel free to talk, because it's all about the audience, and audience drives our streams. It's not us. हमारा चैनल मेरे वजह से नहीं चल रहा है. हमारा चैनल चल रहा है आप लोग की वजह से, पैनल की वजह से. That is what we really give respect to, and that is why we try and cover everything. So let's actually not have such kind of comments which might bring a lot of reaction.
Okay, and if I may if I may just add to one thing, I mean, I hear you, loudmouth, and the problem is, I've told Almighty Blues as well earlier. So I don't understand Hindi, so I might have to continue in English. But there are other people who are actually, here at Hemant, and I'm sorry, I forgot your name, buddy. Dhruv, right? Hemant and Dhruv, who can continue and will be continuing more on the Hindi side of it, and that's why I don't do a lot of Hindi content, because in my channel as well I don't know Hindi, so I stick to the English side of it. But yeah, I hear your point, and that's the reason I think Ankit as well is driving it both the languages, and right now I at least understand Hindi, so I can probably
and I would love it, to be very honest about it, and that's why we feel very strongly. And sorry panel, मैं आपको थोड़ा 2 मिनट के लिए थोड़ा रुक रहा हूँ, क्योंकि honestly जो लोग शुरू से जुड़े, I think Vijay is one of them, and he understands me very well. The fact that we were RCB and Chelsea fan TV, हम ज़्यादा Chelsea का content लाते थे, and I am a diehard fan from 20 plus years, not just Chelsea, football. So firstly we love football, so we would love to bring content. अगर ऑडियंस हमारी देखना चाहे तो वी विल एब्सोल्युटली लव इट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट हो रहा है. एंड वी वुड लाइक टू थैंक यू. दिस इज अ ग्रेट क्वेश्चन जो आया है, कमेंट रादर फ्रॉम लाउड माउथ शॉप, बिकॉज दैट गिव्स मी एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू थैंक द ऑडियंस. क्योंकि उनके बगैर आई वुडंट हैव इवन थॉट अबाउट कवरिंग ला लीगा, सेरिया. आई हैव अ सॉफ्ट कॉर्नर फॉर सेरिया, यू ऑल नो दैट हु आर वाचिंग. So yeah, even the language, trust me, anyone is welcome, be it on the panel, be it in the audience. We are open to feedback always, and I hear you. हम आएंगे 100% English shows के साथ, और हम आते हैं provided you watch every show, because we do post it everywhere. So Dhruv, after that, unnecessary emotional outbreak from Ankit. मैच शुरू हो गया.
होता ही है. Okay, yeah,
मैच शुरू हो गया. ध्रुव, क्या लगता है, मतलब हिमंत ने बात कर ली है. ध्रुव, क्या डिफरेंट करना चाहिए यूनाइटेड को अभी?
That's what I'm saying, that मतलब ये जो हो रही है ना, यूनाइटेड का जो भी है, जो गेम जीते हुए गेम जो हारे हैं, it's not, there is nothing wrong they are doing tactically, to be honest. It's these are individual errors जो इन्हें कम कर दे होंगे. And कहते हैं ना कि वो इस पे खेलना है. We have to be on your toes every time. You have to help out your teammates. नहीं दिख रहा इतना, काफी कम प्लेयर्स में दिख रहा है ऐसा. So they have to do the those few things right. And मैं अभी भी कह रहा हूँ, they might have a chance. They might lead this game one point of time. I don't know why. Because Chelsea, City are looking a bit off today.
आज है ना, 2-3 दिन सिटी को चेल्सी बुला दिए, तो दैट इज लाइक मे बी, आई डोंट नो, मे बी चेल्सी आर प्लेइंग लाइक सिटी और सिटी आर प्लेइंग लाइक चेल्सी. दोनों में से एक तो हो रहा है इस हफ्ते में.
Last few weeks, City have not been at the top actually.
Very good point. Very good point. Yeah. Because I think Liverpool City, as much as we've been praising, I think Hemant ne bola tha na, they are easily the two best teams in Europe right now. That is a fact. But even they are not at their, as in gear 4-5. They are probably playing at gear 3.
I mean, historically, we've seen, right? Chelsea has a December month issue, and City has a February or Jan month issue, because they play very good during the December month, and they take that early lead, and they kind of tend to drop back in the month of January and February. That's how they've been working, and I think Chelsea actually will sort out this December issue in the next year, because this is probably the first time Chelsea Football Club and Thomas Tuchel actually played a December month match, because he's a German manager and he's never played in a December game. So, yeah, I believe he can do that. He can turn that around. What happened, Hemant? Excited already?
Let me actually try and share the screen.
De Bruyne.
But I don't know.
It's same individual mistakes by United. पीछे.
Yeah, मतलब वही है ना, देखो, every team has some kind of loophole. एक होता ही है. It's not possible. That's football for you. As much as Pep Guardiola, Bayern Munich drew yesterday. I don't know how many people in the panel or the chat saw. That was something interesting. Muller with an own goal. So you can never call till it's done. Like I still believe in that. As in there is some drama in football till the end. That's the thing that I love about it.
As of now, अभी हम देख रहे हैं बर्नार्डो सिल्वा ऐसे फिसल गया पूरे डिफेंस में से, खड़े रह रहे हैं ना. दे आर नॉट लाइक कि ये छूट कैसे गया, वैन बिसा कैसे छूट गया, एंड ये खड़ा रहा है. वो ही इज नॉट गिविंग एनी एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स एंड ट्राइंग. लूज पड़ रहा है. वो वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए. यू हैव टू बी लाइक थोड़ा गलत पोजीशन पे थोड़ा तो ये करो कि नहीं यहाँ पे बॉल नहीं जानी चाहिए. तो ये जो चीजें कर लेंगे ढंग से, तो यूनाइटेड कैन बी बेटर.
If I may just address one comment on the comment section, City Hub saying Baya the best defensive line virtual in the world currently. He would go for Cancelo, VVD, Diaz, and Trent. I mean, if I can give my opinion there, I'm gonna go with Cancelo. I'll go with the VVD, Thiago Silva, and Reece James.
Great call. I think Cancelo has that ability to kind of bomb on the left wing, and strangely, I don't know if you guys remember the panel, Azpilicueta, when he was bought as right back. I know I'm not comparing here. Firstly, I like to put that disclaimer, but the fact that Cancelo and Azpilicueta were bought for a different role, and they did totally different, and they've been like among the best in their respective clubs, in what they're doing. And Cancelo worldwide, I agree with VJ there. Cancelo has been right up there. VVD picks himself. Diaz, इस सीजन में थोड़े डिफेंसिव मिस्टेक्स है, एंड आई थिंक दैट फिटनेस, आई डोंट नो. क्विक आपका भी बोल लेना चाहूंगा. हेमंत, क्या लगता है बेस्ट 4 क्या होंगे वर्ल्ड फुटबॉल में अभी?
आई थिंक कैंसेलो तो ऑब्वियसली एक रहेगा ही. ट्रेंट और रीस जेम्स में वो आ ही जाता है. मैं मतलब एक के पास कुछ अटैकिंग क्वालिटी ज्यादा अच्छी है, किसी के पास डिफेंसिव
या
क्वालिटी
तो
ज्यादा
यू
अच्छी है.
आर द कोच, आप मैनेजर हो, आप बैक फोर पिक कर रहे हो. Let's pick goalkeeper the best on form. We are not taking a name. Well, best goalkeeper on form, or if you want, include goalkeeper also. Who is your best back five?
ओके सो गोलकीपर मेंडी.
चलो सही है.
देन राइट बैक में मैं सेंटर बैक पे पहले जाऊंगा. इट विल
Okay.
बी फॉर दिस सीजन थियागो सिल्वा एंड रोडिगर. देन लेफ्ट में मैं जाऊंगा कैंसेलो के साथ. राइट साइड में आई वुड स्टिल गो फॉर ट्रेंट. आई वांट टू गो फॉर रीस जेम्स, लेकिन मैं इस समय ट्रेंट के पास जाऊंगा क्योंकि रीस जेम्स अभी जस्ट आया. आई नो ही हैज गॉट अ गोल, ही हैज गॉट एन असिस्ट, बट स्टिल आई वुड गो विद ट्रेंट.
Interesting. By the way, ये पता नहीं ओजिल को क्या हुआ यार. मतलब anyone knows this on the panel? Dhruv?
He didn't retire and all. I don't think so. He retired.
Exactly.
He
I think
retired from international. He didn't retire. He's playing for
exactly
Fenerbahce
Turkish
still. Yeah, league.
that's where he's playing.
Yeah.
By the way,
Fenerbahce.
big up to Sports Talk with Mahim, Barca City and Bayern fan. Good choices. वही बोलूँगा. No comments there. Again, it's your choice. Like also your opinions. And big up Mikhail. Big up Thai Talks. By the way, people do check out Thai Talks CFC as well. Exclusive
Yeah.
CFC content. बहुत अच्छा content है. जो भी देख रहा है, please check it out. Yes, I was coming to this. Dhruv,
Yeah.
मैं एक्चुअली बोलूंगा वॉकर और रॉबर्टसन सिटी के दो प्लेयर्स हैं जो काफी अंडर द रेडार चल जाते हैं फॉर वॉट एवर मे बी द रीजन. वॉकर उसके ऑफ फील्ड एक्सपर्ट्स के कारण मे बी आप बोल सकते हो. मे बी द रेड कार्ड इज समथिंग दैट
Yeah.
आप यू गेस कर सकते हो. एंड मे
Mhm.
बी रॉबर्टसन क्योंकि ट्रेंट है ऑन द अदर साइड.
Yeah.
बट व्हाट्स
I
योर कॉल?
think
बेस्ट फोर.
I think आप मतलब किसी भी प्लेयर का मतलब आप you talk about that team and you miss a few players. Kyle Walker is one of those guys. He's definitely up there as one of the best to play in a right back position. मतलब बंदा हट्टा कट्टा है. He runs so fast and defensively is really good and he scores some bangers. मतलब I have seen them live, so I know that यार ये तो कभी कभी मतलब बजा देता है बंदा, बहुत अच्छे बजाता है. बट आई थिंक देखा जाए द काइंड ऑफ सर्विस आई एम सेइंग कि अगर मुझे बैक फोर चुननी पड़े उसमें मैं अगर वैन डाइक रखता हूँ तो आई वुड चूज ट्रेंट अलोंगसाइड हिम एंड थियागो सिल्वा इन द मिडिल एंड कैंसेलो ऑन द लेफ्ट. सो आई थिंक अगर मैं बैक फोर चूज करूँ उसमें मैं थोड़ा ट्रेंड के साथ जाऊंगा क्योंकि थोड़ा अटैकिंग इसमें देखा जाए तो उस हिसाब से.
तो आपका क्या ट्रेंट और
Yeah,
कैन यू रिपीट
bit
दैट?
of Trent. Yeah, Trent.
कैंसिल हो गई. कैंसिल एंड ट्रेंट बेसिकली.
Yeah, Cancelo and Trent.
और सेंटर हाफ आपके?
Van Dijk and Thiago Silva.
Yeah, fair enough. I've not called mine, and before I go with mine, again, people, I don't think that there's much change जो pattern हुआ है gameplay का. I'm kind of seeing वही 4-4-2 United का, not much different. Maybe 4-2 के जगह 4-4-2 करे as they are defending. Piyush Patel will Barca win Europa, and we'll come to a proper stream. We are doing on Wednesday night. Tuesday night को हम Champions League stream करें, Wednesday night को हम Europa League stream करें. तो सभी जो देख रहे हैं ज्वाइन करना, लाइव स्ट्रीम है, काफी अच्छी होने वाली है. लेकिन ये क्वेश्चन किस पर जाता है यार? ये तो रियल मैड्रिड फैन को पूछते हैं यार. कम ऑन, वेयर
I
न्यूट्रल
think
हैट, कम ऑन.
मैं अगर इफ यू गो बैक टू फ्यू स्ट्रीम्स ऑन माय चैनल मैं बोला था कि बारसा विल बी बैक. ये जो टाइम है थोड़ा एंजॉय कर दो मैड्रिड फैंस, थोड़ा ट्रोल करना है कर लो. बारसा आर टू अर्ली टू बी सो गुड. अभी कम बैक करके आए हैं एक गेम में. दे हैव 1-2-1 अगेंस्ट एलके अगेंस्ट या. और इट वाज जावी हैज जस्ट डेवलप्ड. मतलब वो मेंटालिटी आ जाती है ना यार कि यार एक चैंपियन कोच जब आपको मतलब आपका एक चैंपियन प्लेयर आपका कोच होता है वो मेंटालिटी आ जाती है, वो मोटिवेशन आ जाता है, एवरीथिंग कम्स टुगेदर एंड ही इज डूइंग ग्रेट. आई हैव सेड कि 2 साल दे दो, बारसा विल be back and they will dominate the midfield and they are doing it now itself. I know देखो यार मैं मैड्रिड फैन जितना भी हूँ but if you know the game, you recognize game, you have to appreciate that as well. However hard it may be, you have to do that and Barca is doing that right on. They are really मतलब नापोली को हरा के आए हैं आगे यूरोपा में. So they have really the current favorites for the Europe.
Phil Foden, bhai sahab, it's again attack versus defense. I don't know. Dhruv, आप हॉटस्टार पे हो कि टीवी पे?
हॉटस्टार पे हूँ मैं. मेरे पे अभी ग्रीलिश
यार, मैं
बॉल.
माइनॉरिटी, मैं अकेला हूँ. आप लोग को सब
You
पेरेंट्स
should have changed it to Hotstar, buddy.
you please आप चेंज कर लो. चलो यार.
गरीब इंसान है नहीं यार. भाई साहब आप प्लीज
मैं दे देता हूँ
यार, लाइक कर दीजिए. मजाक कर रहा हूँ, कम ऑन. लेकिन कमिंग बैक टू द क्वेश्चन, दिस वन आई थिंक आई विल गिव इट टू विजय. if you could bring one player back to Chelsea, who would it be? Hazard, KDB, or Salah, or Oscar, or any one of your choice?
Oscar already seems to be wanting to come to Chelsea, though. I don't want Oscar anymore. Hazard, KDB, Salah. Okay, considering all factors right now, I'd bring someone like KDB. Salah, difficult with terms of wages. Once we bring in Salah, we're going to just instantly break our wage structure, which I don't want to. And Hazard right now, I mean, I understand what he's done for Chelsea, to respect that, but right now, is he the best option for Chelsea? I'm not sure. He's going to be in the medical bay along with Pulisic, so I don't really see a point why we have to bring him.
I'll take that answer again. It's your opinion. I would have gone for Salah though, considering what we're missing. But again, any prediction for today's Manchester derby? Mikhail, I think is probably talking to Ty, but I think we have gone for ours. Dhruv, आपकी क्या prediction थी by the way? शुरुआत में, हाँ?
शुरुआत में I was like 2-1 United, but right now I'm feeling 2-2 still. But still, I think I don't know the scoreline, but United might win this. I don't know how, but दिल से 2-2 ही लग रहा है मेरे को अभी भी.
Oh, interesting. Or 2-2, I would love it. I'm actually going for that. Suppose if Walker plays as a right centre back, VVD and Alba as left centre back. Alba, I think he means Alaba. Alba abhi to nahi yaar, matlab probably not. I think I'll go with that. I can understand that. Big up to the panel. Of course, Suraj, check out TCSB. I think ये लोग भी watch along कर रहे हैं. आज literally everyone is doing a watch along. I know,
Yeah.
लेकिन बहुत अच्छा लगा यार. सूरज आप आए कल. Hopefully we'll have more interactions. Suraj is a Swansea City fan. For people who don't know, Jayant, they call us Sports Brothers. They run a channel, a pretty cool channel. Jayant is a Real Madrid fan, like Dhruv is, Ronaldo fan as well. So I think that Ty is going for 2-1 or 2-2. Okay, similar to Dhruv.
Wow, I've heard this the first time. Sorry to cut you off. The Swansea City fans. Wow, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He's actually been there as well, I believe. So he's a proper, as in just not for the sake of thing. He's a proper fan. I know him personally. Kudos for that. Lekin, that's what
I mean, if you say Swansea City, you automatically become proper fan.
एक Swansea City से याद है एकदम प्लेयर का विल्फ्रेड बोनी.
विल्फ्रेड बोनी
मेरे को बहुत पसंद है वो. बहुत.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good. Ivory Coast, right?
पता नहीं यार क्या हुआ. आजकल कहाँ पर है?
पता नहीं है. सिटी के बाद आने के बाद मेरे को कुछ आइडिया नहीं है उसका.
He's Ivory Coast, right?
Oh, he's actually playing Dutch Eredivisie. He probably suits
वो
Dutch
era
football.
वो जो था ना विल्फ्रेड बोनी. अरे स्वांसी सिटी क्या खेलती थी.
Yeah, brilliant player.
In police defense, he's not been injured in 3 months. Yeah, touch wood again. I'm touching wood as you're saying that, Ty.
बस वो फिट रहा है.
It pains me to say this, but I think Chelsea will regret selling Abraham. Abraham, I doubt. Tomori, probably yes. At least
More
for
than
next
Tomori,
season.
it's Guehi. Mark Guehi. I think वो sell किया हमने कि buyback clause है. मेरे को पता नहीं.
Yeah, Guehi has a buyback clause.
I think you guys know that the loan players have to. मतलब you cannot give out more than 6 or 7 players.
No.
for
That
It's
works.
not been implemented yet, has it?
Yeah. Which year it is? Any idea?
Next year only, but it doesn't work that way, right? So basically what they're saying is that you cannot so it's not about all the loan players. In essence what it means is that homegrown players are exempted from it. So English talents you can loan how much ever you want, but when you bring in players away, that's when what happened.
Let us see.
You'll get to know few seconds. I'm not giving it away as much. I'll try and help you out, guys. But guys, come
This
on,
is giving it away.
United are having the potential, but again, big up to Mikhail. Again, it pains me to say this, but again, I would still say Tomori is probably going to be the one. That's my gut feel among the options given. Who will win the World Cup 2022? Hemant. 2022 वर्ल्ड कप कौन है फेवरेट आपका अभी? आई नो क्वालिफायर्स अभी बाकी है.
Spain.
Spain. Oh, interesting. I'll take the panel's opinion. Dhruv, you will go for Spain, I'm guessing. नहीं?
Yeah, I like Spain. I will be supporting Spain.
Same मेरा भी वही.
Last time मैंने बेल्जियम सपोर्ट किया था यूरो और
अरे भाई मेरा फेवरेट बोलो who will win मतलब कौन as a पंडित
Okay.
who do you think is the
अच्छा,
favorite?
favorite,
ऐसा तो यार अब अपना अपना टीम ले लेंगे बस.
मैं फेवरेट
अच्छा.
और दोनों मेरे हिसाब से स्पेन ही है मेरा जो.
आज चलो सही है.
फेवरेट
nice.
इट्स यार आपने प्रियांश का सवाल मुझे वापस पूछ लिया.
चलो आप सोचो. I'll go to
हाँ, मैं
Vijay.
सोचता
Vijay,
हूँ.
by the way, till Manchester City take a free kick, who do you think is going to win the 2022 World Cup?
Manchester United is taking a corner for me, buddy.
Yeah, same here.
Counter coming. Anyway, getting
All
to the
right.
question.
Oh my God.
Let's answer Piyush here. Piyush is waiting.
Yeah, who will win the World Cup 2022? Tricky, but I'm gonna go for interesting. I'm gonna go for France again.
France. Yeah, as in they on paper should do it this time again. Lekin I wouldn't like to see a repeat. I just not that I hate France or something. Don't get me wrong, people. एक नया बंदा नया टीम आए तो great हो, and obviously being a Dutch fan, I would say, but putting the neutral hat, I actually feel that I have a strange feeling it'll be one of them who'll actually qualify late. So it could be
Italy?
Portugal.
Italy.
I feel-
Italy.
You know,
I
as
feel
a
Ronaldo,
football fan,
Portugal.
football fan, मुझे चाहिए अर्जेंटीना वर्सेस पोर्चुगल.
Yeah,
अरे
that would be a
भाई
great.
साहब, दंगे कराओगे आप.
Is Ronaldo versus Messi fan or football fan? Tell me one thing.
दंगे कराओगे आप.
Media fan,
मैं तो
media
नहीं
fan,
चाहता.
come on.
दंगे हो जाएंगे.
Italy, I somehow I don't know. Oh man. Okay, no. कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. Nah, that was just pure
Please
चमक
control.
कुछ भी नहीं हुआ इस बार.
अभी
Brazil
हमारा
will win.
बंदा फ्री किक ले रहा है.
I think Brazil is a
Brazil.
good shout. लेकिन attack, I don't know
they've
who's
got
going to
good
score them the
attackers.
goals.
No, they've got good attackers. They've got
नहीं,
Neymar.
Neymar
they've
is
got,
awesome. Of course, you have Firmino, you have
you-
Richarlison.
they've got Fred, buddy. Why worry
Okay,
when Fred is
Fred.
there?
You forgot Paulinho.
Yeah, you
नहीं,
forgot
finishers,
Paulinho.
I have a feeling that Neymar is not a
good.
finisher in terms of that level of world football. He's absolutely fantastic, one of the best.
I mean, there was a time when the entire Brazilian team relied on Neymar's fitness.
Yeah, they still will.
compliance.
He's still their pin-up boy. But is he your guy who's going to be a Golden Boot winner? I don't think so. That's
Absolutely. I mean, if at all Brazil wins, absolutely he's going to be the one.
as in, but again, how many goals has he scored recently? As in, he's someone that finishing he has kind of not lived up to the expectation. I feel, but
Yeah.
it's opinion.
Sad, it's
Things
really
like
sad.
really sad.
I think there's definitely an yellow card for Harry Maguire. Yeah. Rash challenge.
That was
Poor
a calculative challenge. By the way, Dhruv, भाई साहब,
Yeah.
हम एक क्विज भी कर रहे हैं साथ साथ में. पता नहीं आप देख रहे थे कि नहीं. एक साथ साथ में क्विज भी कर रहे हैं जब भी टाइम मिल रहा है. तो अभी तक स्कोर है हेमंत भाई 1 पॉइंट, माई सेल्फ 1 पॉइंट, क्योंकि मुझे भी आंसर नहीं मालूम है, और यू आर विद विजय. ठीक है, तो वी विल डू अ क्विज साथ साथ में जब भी टाइम मिले. बट यहाँ पर एक कमेंट ले लेते हैं. सिंस रशिया इज आउट, डू यू थिंक इटली एंड पोर्चुगल हैव चांस टू प्ले द वर्ल्ड कप नाउ? I think they are on the other side of the draw from what I know. Probably Poland is going to get a bye. I know 90s में एक बार हुआ था जब यूगोस्लाविया ran away थी, and then they had Denmark coming in. लेकिन I don't see. By the way, Elanga is off, people. आप देख ही रहे हो स्क्रीन पर आपके. Lingard is on and Pogba is off as well, and Rashford is on. So, quick opinion on the substitution, Vijay. Rashford coming on, probably replacing Sancho in his role. Lekin Lingard coming on. Do you think change in formation 4-3-3 proper?
I mean, pretty much expected as well. The only thing that I'm a bit concerned about is Lingard's performance over the last few matches. He's not been that consistent. Nothing to take away from him. I mean, he's still a very good player. He's a clutch player, and he can come good in a lot of games. We've seen that before. Rashford would be an exciting one because he adds a lot of pace in that flank, the left flank probably. And it's interesting. And I think this could really work for them. And it's up to Rashford to finish his chances because he's been very good, threatening and all that, but his finishing is awkward. Like, I don't know how to put it, but yeah, it's been bad.
Yeah, absolutely. तो यहाँ पर okay, I think Ty says Rashford and anyway, let's not go there. I know what you mean, Ty. I think Denmark have a very good chance at aiming glory this World Cup. Oh, good call, Aditya. They bring the underdog factor with them and are chivalrous on the pitch. Eriksen, let's hope. He did very well, by the way, yesterday. Shout out to Eriksen. Uska performance for 90 minutes he played and he actually put in a shift. He got a pre-assist as well, technically, right? A corner, great corner. So Eriksen, he's looking quite confident. Let's hope that they can, do something for him, maybe. But again, do they have that experience?
They've got Christensen, buddy.
Yeah, he did very well in the Euros, as we remember that, right?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think okay. Anyway, so here is a question. And this is an interesting question. Let's actually get back to the quiz while the match is going on 65 minutes. Arsenal are the only team, everyone in the panel, let's focus here for just a minute. Arsenal is the only team to have gone a full season without losing a match in the Premier League. How many clubs have gone a whole season without losing an away match? Again, it's a number, so I won't give options here. It's probably just a guess, right? As in simply put, right? So it's probably एक तुक्का हो सकता है ध्रुव के लिए सही हो जाए and he gets in the game. Let's see. Again, people जो देख रहे हैं इसका आंसर भी कर सकते हैं any number. Arsenal are the only team to have gone a full season without losing a match. That is, they are the invincibles. Remember that in the Premier League. How many clubs have gone a whole season without losing an away match?
So this is including Arsenal or excluding Arsenal?
Yeah, including. Probably one is already there. Yeah.
So I'll go with two total. Two teams.
Two teams, okay. Hemant?
0.
भाई
We have answer
zero
one
कैसे हो
है.
सकता है भाई?
One तो है.
अभी तो ध्रुव ने बोला ये चमक अलग ही दे रहा है.
1-1.
कोई नहीं. As in again, as in if you're game for it, great. Otherwise, this is cool. Vijay, what about you?
I'm gonna go with 3.
3, okay. So you have Dhruv going in with 2, Hemant going with 1, and Vijay with 3. So does that mean I should go for 4? I'll probably go for 4. Okay. Let's see. As in, let's see. I'm probably going to be clicking on 4. भाई 2 कौन बोला था?
मैं.
Dhruv.
So do I have my
Dhruv
first
has opened
points?
his account. Vijay, come on, man. You got to buck up. So Dhruv,
I'm not good with history, buddy.
so am I. I am the worst. Trust me. But this is guesswork, calculative guesses. That's what you're talking about, right? I mean, that's something that we all kind of can.
Which
do.
team? Any
Again,
idea?
Oh, by the way, forget the
I think-
team. The
I think
match
Chelsea-
has taken a twist, a huge twist. People, anyone in the panel can guess. Anyone in the chat, क्या लगता है कैसा गोल था? कैसा गोल
I mean,
था?
I mean,
What
if
do
you're
you
saying
think
it's
was
a twist, I mean, if you're saying
It's
it's
a
a
twist
twist,
and a goal.
obviously, then United has scored, right?
This guy almost scored, if not for David Villa already. This time, great shot. First time shot. Brilliant curling, low bottom right corner. David Villa couldn't do anything. It's
Oh, you're
got to
saying
be-
City scored.
Yeah, you can see.
But
on
you said it's a
screen,
twist.
Riyad Mahrez.
What a
Yeah,
goal.
absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean, come on.
Ooh.
You got to be playing
Oh
out with the
wow!
word, Vijay, come on.
Wow! What a finish! Wow!
What a
Wow.
finish. But
Brilliant.
बढ़िया.
3-1 bummer.
What a
Yeah,
goal.
I
What
actually
a
felt that, to be
goal.
very honest. It was a bummer. And yes, Manas, हम आपके आएंगे question पर. Roy Keane rant coming up. Oh, that'll be interesting.
Roy Keane. I hope they don't shake hands.
Maguire का post आएगा.
भाई साहब, अभी अगर सिटी लीग नहीं जीते ना, it'll be the most surprising thing after this win.
Maguire ऑनलाइन जाके अभी नया एक घोस्ट राइटर ढूंढ रहा है, मतलब कि he will
I think वो
search for
deflection
people to
गया
write.
ना. I think
No,
it
I
was a
don't think.
deflection.
हाँ. Deflection.
Maguire.
Maguire.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
What
Sai,
is this guy?
I hear you, brother.
क्या है ये? Seriously?
United fans are going to find multiple ways to slander him now.
Yeah.
Bro, what is
Again,
this? Your
people watching.
first goal also.
Yeah, again, a lot of people watching here. Hopefully, आप लोग सब like कर दियो stream को. Please like the stream. It helps. Do subscribe here. It's just a press of a button. Do subscribe. Press that bell notification icon because we come up with a lot of the videos. But not just us. You can find a lot of interesting and different content on Sportswire, Sports Cuppa in behind. I will highlight them for you. Do check it out here. It just takes a couple of buttons. And of course, आप अभी आए हो. A lot of people जो late join किए. We are having a ट्रिविया गोइंग ऑन. उसका स्कोर अभी है गुड ऑन. मेरे ख्याल से अभी तो चल रहा है क्लोज टक्कर हो रहा है वहां कंपेयर टू द गेम जो हो रहा है. बट certainly Vijay needs to open his account. That's what I can say if I can say anything about
So how many points did I score? कितना point हुआ है मेरा?
अरे एक ही हुआ है अभी तक.
एक ही है
ऐसे
क्या?
ना हो जैसे कि बहुत हो गया है.
फिर मैं ऐसा अगर मैं जीता तो मैं ऐसा इंस्टाग्राम पे वीडियो डालूंगा. वाओ सच अ बिग नंबर. शुड आई सू रोनाल्डो की तरह स्वेटर पहन के डालूंगा.
काफी इंटरेस्टिंग बाय द वे. बट ऑल्सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम द चैनल्स जो आप देख रहे हो स्क्रीन पर वो तो देखो ही. आई वुड लाइक टू स्पेशली मेंशन चेल्सी पर्सपेक्टिव एंड ब्लू क्लाउड्स टीवी. आज थॉट्स विद देम. For people who know them, kind of know why I'm saying that, but certainly thoughts go out to my friend Kochila and Nizayon, especially Kochila, for whatever he's lost. We are with you, brother. And Chelsea perspective, please, people do check it out. Not just for the situation, but I love the channel. I always say, and so is the panel. Their channels as well, and same goes with Blue Clouds TV. And of course, Ty Talks. He's in the chat. You can certainly check out his channel as well. We do bring Chelsea from a Chelsea perspective content, like a lot of other content at times, and like you can figure out from the chat and whatever discussion we are having. This is going to be fun. Mika Richard versus Roy Keane. Like I don't know, yaar. I would have loved Roy Keane's banter, but I think Mika Richards एक अलग ही level है, नहीं हेमंत?
अभी वो थोड़ा शांति रहे तो ज्यादा बेटर है. उसके पॉइंट्स थोड़े अटपटे लगते हैं मेरे को. Richards.
Yeah. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू ज्वाइन करने के लिए. यस सो भाई अभी 1-1 है और 0 स्कोर है अपना विजय भाई का, राइट. एंड ये वाला इंटरेस्टिंग रहेगा. ये वाला देखते हैं. मतलब कम ऑन विजय, दिस क्वेश्चन इज मेड फॉर यू. ओके सब लोग यार विजय को
Unless it's Chelsea question.
Okay, anyone, people in the chat, this quiz is open for you also. Let's actually get in some predictions. Come on. पहले दो questions आए थे. Some answers. So do answer. This is a quiz going on parallel with this match जो आप देख रहे हो. Yes, of course, भाई. Why not? Again, I'm not sure. भाई बोला तो गलत किया, लेकिन absolutely anyone is welcome and big up join करने के लिए. 100%. I saw your comment. Mahrez different level. He deserved a goal. Simply put. And hope कि आप बने रहे. This is the question. Which club has gone the longest at the start of the season without winning a game? 17 matches. I think it happened fairly recently. I can kind of remember. Lekin 17 matches without winning a game. Vijay, would you like to take the first shot? Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
Taking shots, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Norwich.
Norwich? Okay, yeah. Norwich. But you know what? That is not an option. So I'll come back to you. Think about another club. Till the time मैं ध्रुव को आंसर देता हूँ. ध्रुव, क्या लगता है? Longest start of the season without winning EPL.
I think it's Sheffield. Yeah, Fulham.
अच्छा, googling नहीं चलेगा.
Okay, Sheffield. Let's go Sheffield.
तो Sheffield United. ठीक है, तो Sheffield United. I think last season fairly close का hint दिया था मैंने. By the way, मुझे
Sheffield
पता नहीं.
United or Wednesday?
Sheffield United.
He said United. He said last season, right? हाँ.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is a good answer. काफी अच्छा answer है. That is one of the options. इतना clue दे सकता हूँ for rest of the panel. Not that.
So half point. So आधा point तो मिल
आंसर
सकता
अभी
है.
तक नहीं है भाई. एक ऑप्शन है बस. 4 ऑप्शन में से एक है. So Shah Geeta is saying Burnley. Interesting answer, but unfortunately Burnley is not an option. So actually let me share options. Dhruv ने already बता दिया है एक option तो Sheffield United is one option for the question. एक और option है Derby County. The third option is QPR और एक और है Newcastle. Newcastle also have had bad starts. I think this season ही हुआ था ना, if I'm not wrong. लेकिन हाँ, ये 3 आप देख रहे हो स्क्रीन पर, और शेफील्ड यूनाइटेड आपके ऑप्शन है जो ध्रुव ने बोला है. Which club has gone the longest? तो हेमंत
ये
अभी
इसका आंसर मेरे को पक्का पता है. ये शेफील्ड ही है. ये मेरे को याद था ही, क्योंकि मैं कल ही पढ़ रहा था इसके बारे में. मैं एक वीडियो बनाने वाला हूँ ना, तो मैं पढ़ रहा था इसके बारे में.
भाई
क्या
आंसर भी दे दिया है विजय. आई थिंक वी डिजर्व अ पॉइंट मैन. हेमंत has given it away to us. लेकिन चारों शेफील्ड के लिए थोड़ी जाएंगे. कम ऑन, आई एम दिया अलाउ नहीं करूंगा मैं. You know what, Shagita, I am with you. I am with Newcastle. चलो, I am with Newcastle. I think Newcastle have a strange feeling.
I'll go for Derby County. Why to waste?
Derby County, yeah, they had the worst season, right? Doesn't technically, so why not? So let me actually
I
click
mean,
on
all
Sheffield
of these
United.
guys had the worst season anyway, so.
यार हेमंत भाई गेम खेलो यार, ऐसे आंसर मत दीजिए करो. Come on, you're playing a game. No fun in that, ना? Please understand. लेकिन हाँ, I would like to give the point हेमंत के लिए, and he deserves an applause because he is in the lead. And Vijay, I'm close to you, buddy. Don't worry. I'm very close to you now. So Hemant is in the lead. Wow. And then let me actually put it up. But again, people, जो भी देख रहे हैं, this was a question. The answer to that is Sheffield United. Interesting. And we have had 4 questions till now. Hemant has got 2 answers correct. Dhruv has got 1. I have got 1, and Vijay is about to open the account.
Hey, I said Sheffield first. Come on.
Yeah, he said Sheffield first, right?
चलो तो हाफ पॉइंट दे देते हैं. क्या बोलते हो?
So he was the one who actually said first. To be honest, both of them get 1 point.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm not putting that way, right? As in, you're probably right. You guys are right. So both deserve the point. So let's give both the points, right? एक point देते हैं. चलो खुश हो जाओ. चलो ध्रुव.
Yes.
Go on, buddy. Have your points.
ध्रुव भाई, what an entry, यार. He's already got 2, right? That's not fair, man. Come on.
लगता है वीडियो बनाना पड़ेगा इंस्टाग्राम पे.
Thank you for letting me know. I just want to be sure, यार. No discrimination. Just want to be sure. लेकिन हाँ, certainly यार, जो भी देख रहे हैं, do check out the description. Do check out Almighty Blues FC के playlists. We are coming with a lot more content. Just not previews and reviews जो हम आएंगे, लेकिन a lot more as well. आप देख ही रहे हो. Let me actually update the scores यहाँ पर. लेकिन just going back to the match. I don't know. Manchester United have 1 substitution left, right? Hemant, अभी क्या situation है substitution bench में? क्या लग रहा है?
I think they have 1 substitution left. United की बात करें, but I think अभी भी एक चीज देखें तो United are still playing with a 4-4-2. अब आप अभी भी 4-4-2 खिला रहे हो और पोग्बा पिच पे नहीं है तो वो वर्क नहीं करने वाला. इसीलिए हमने देखा भी इतना इजीली सिटी ने गोल मार भी दिया. And City are dominating right now. So 4-4-2 अगर आप खिला रहे हो and you have no Pogba on, then it doesn't make sense. तो Ragnick को यहाँ पे I think थोड़ा change करना पड़ेगा. But this game is done मेरे हिसाब से.
When they're attacking, they are playing a 4-2-4 अभी, because they have to attack. अभी तो कोई option भी नहीं उनके पास.
Yeah, just because they're doing it very rarely, you fail to see that. But yeah, it's.
Well, when they're attacking, that one bit of it. Put it that way. You're absolutely right, Vijay. Come on. Again, Manchester United fans, let's have hope, but hope is less. Unfortunately, that's also a fact, right? But this is basically the score. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hemant 2, Dhruv 2, Ankit 1, and Vijay. Come on, you're very close, Vijay. Don't worry, I'm with you.
Yeah. The problem is I have to. The problem is I have to reach you. You cannot come back now, right?
Or let's have a negative point. Come on, that'll be too harsh. Huh? Do you like Barca? I'm a Barca fan. I think Dhruv के लिए तो आंसर पता है मुझे. Do you like Barca का ऑप्शन नहीं है उसके पास. If I'm not wrong. लेकिन Barca, I like it. Like if I have to say, I like it this season, especially जो कर रहे हैं after that January window. I like it. But Vijay, yes, please go ahead.
To be honest, I'm not following Barca right now, but then the time that I followed is probably long back, right? Pep Guardiola days where you have that tiki-taka firstly tiki-taka implemented. Jose Mourinho versus Pep Guardiola. Those were the times that I followed Barcelona. I mean, I love the club. I mean, still Chelsea stays my the first club, but then I wouldn't really call it the hatred towards Ronaldo, but then I don't really like Ronaldo. So naturally I had a bit of affinity towards Messi, which means that I had to support Barcelona. So I mean, apart from that, Xavi, Iniesta, wow, what a playmakers they were. So I mean, for me, that entire 11, absolutely brilliant. I think I can still repeat that 11. I'm so they're so good, right? Victor Valdez, starting from Victor Valdez, even the team made Victor Valdez look like a top goal scorer. Top goalkeeper.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
By
and
the way,
he was.
okay, quick applause, man, for KDB. What a performance! KDB probably one of the performances of the season. But yeah, Vijay, please
एक
continue.
यहाँ पे एक बहुत ही
Yeah, yeah.
फैंटेसी
Sorry, yeah.
प्रीमियर लीग ने एक पोस्ट डाला है
Mhm.
कितने 400 लोगों ने 305 people have triple captain Kevin De Bruyne and उसमें से 41 are United fans.
मैं तो नहीं हूँ, इतना पता है मुझे. But a United fan, doing that is a story in itself, which is the all-time club. Yeah, we'll come to that. Lekin Vijay, yeah, please complete your point, man.
Yeah, I was just talking about for the sake of Shah Geeta. I mean, I love the way that Barcelona earlier played Victor Valdez, Dani Alves, and Jordi Alba on the either sides, and then having Piqué and Puyol. Those times you had Puyol as well, so brilliant back four. Then you had Busquets towards the later phase, and then Xavi, Iniesta in that front two, along with Messi. I believe Ronaldinho was there as well for some part of it, and then you had someone like I forgot the other one. How did I forget the striker for them? But yeah, in essence, sorry,
David Villa.
Yeah, David Villa, correct. The Spanish striker. So correct. That was my best 11 for a long time, buddy. So I do have a lot of respect to Barcelona, and I do like
Samuel Eto'o was there, right? Oh, by the way, Bhai Sahab. Sorry about that, but Cancelo with a worldie of a strike. If David De Gea wasn't there, talking about David Villa, David De Gea, trust me, scoreline hoti 6-1 or something like that. It should have been. Absolutely. But Vijay, as in, yeah, you just kind of rekindled some memories, mate. As in, certainly, as in, those were the days. I remember, still kind of, playing that FIFA of the retro kinds. And I actually, recently was kind of picking Samuel Eto'o, David Villa in my transfer market.
I did like Samuel Eto'o, and until he came to Chelsea Football Club. I was like, oh my goodness, we got the wrong person. Right person at the wrong time, actually. Samuel Eto'o.
Yes. Achha, this question is very interesting. Now, this is going to be subjective. I don't think there can be a criteria or a particular context.
Then I'm going to definitely get a point.
Pardon me?
Then I'm going to definitely get a point.
Yeah, but this is just a fan question. Come on. But yeah, thank you for the question. And as a fan of football, right? Dhruv, which is the all-time best club and all-time best league? I have my opinion. मैं आऊँगा इस पर, Shagita. But Dhruv, do you have a say in that? Very difficult question, I know.
Yeah, it's very difficult to answer all-time best club, and I can talk about I like Real Madrid, but I follow Premier League the most. So the second part of the question is that for me the best league is Premier League, and all-time favorite club I would of course say mine. I don't know. I would say Real Madrid.
They have, but Real Madrid have to be there in the talk. Talking about all-time. एक quick stat देना चाहूँगा. Like again, you might say कि क्या है context. All-time best league. All-time best league बोलो तो यार Serie A used to be awesome in the 90s. Awesome in the early 2000s also. Serie A was probably the league मेरे लिए जो Milan, Inter Milan, Milan derby होती थी. Second to none. You had Ronaldo R9 of the likes. Going there. A lot of very good players were there. Figo went there. Towards the end, La Liga was very good in, I think, obviously when Real Madrid won the Champions League a few years ago.
I think even Maradona was there.
Maradona was in Serie A and La Liga both, right? So that kind of proves it. Lekin, I think most consistently, मैं बोलूँगा the most competitive league which kind of attracted the most audience for the longest period has to be the EPL. Especially after it became the Premiership. In terms of the club, Al Ahly of Egypt are technically, I think, the most successful club ever. They were there in the Club World Cup. Almost were about to face them. But I think I have to go with Dhruv's answer for Real Madrid. And Manchester United certainly deserve a shout-out. Bayern Munich, these are probably the three clubs. A lot of people will say Benfica have their history. Juventus have their history. Maybe Nottingham Forest even. But I don't know, Vijay, do you have an answer to that? Very difficult question, that, right?
I mean, like you said, it's a very subjective question, and most of these clubs, the top clubs that we call today, have at some point have had the best, team of the generation, right? That's why we still regard them as the best club. Like AC Milan during that 90s phase had one of the best clubs as well. Sorry, best players in it as well. And then we had Manchester United dominating the entire 90s in the Premier League. Arsenal, for a matter of fact, 2003 invincible season. I mean, during those phases as well, they were good as well. So it's very difficult and it's very subjective. But then I just gave you the answer, buddy. For me, it's Barcelona and that particular team. So that's just for my opinion, right? But, I could be wrong because I watched them more closely than any other team.
Actually, Barcelona, Liverpool, both the teams also should certainly be in right up there in the mix. You're right, actually.
Yeah.
And Gaurav, come on, buddy. I mean, we know that how disappointed one can feel. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure we're talking about United here. Unfortunately, that is what football is about. It's a cycle. United are going through that difficult cycle yet again, you must say. लेकिन सिटी सबसे अच्छी टीम है भाई मेरे. They are the best team in Europe. हम humiliate हुए थे. Chelsea, champions of Europe. We got humiliated technically twice, losing in the same season to City. How many times has it happened? So let's take it on the chin. लेकिन I feel that coach for me, Ragnick, not being a permanent manager or either just बोल देना कि 6 months के लिए, and then maybe that the role has played its part. I don't know, Hemant, I'll put it to you. क्या लगता है United को, where have they missed something in this winter window?
I think ये summer से ही चालू था. They haven't got a CDM. And जब आप ऐसा मैनेजर लाते हो रैगनिक के टाइप्स, उसकी टीम है ही नहीं है. मतलब 10% भी टीम नहीं है रैगनिक की है. तो आप रैगनिक को तो यहाँ पे क्रिटिसाइज कर ही नहीं सकते बिल्कुल. एंड यूनाइटेड को अभी बहुत लंबा प्रोसेस है, एंड ये स्टार्ट होगा जब उनका एक परमानेंट मैनेजर आ जाएगा समर में. एंड आई थिंक इट्स गोइंग टू बी एरिक टेन हाग. मेरे हिसाब से उसी को लाना चाहिए. पोचेटिनो का मैं इतना बड़ा फैन नहीं हूँ. आई लाइक हिम एज अ मैनेजर, बट मुझे नहीं लगता वो यूनाइटेड के लिए फिट है. सो एरिक टेन हाग एज अ परमानेंट मैनेजर एंड देयर फर्स्ट साइनिंग शुड बी अ सीडीएम. उसके ऊपर से बिल्ड करेंगे, देन आई थिंक यूनाइटेड कैन बी अ फोर्स next season.
Interesting that, and a great answer there, Hemant say, and that hopefully Gaurav bhai आपको कुछ confidence देता है, and we are through that. Chelsea fans यार, imagine 19 years हम उस ओनर के अंडर है, what we must be feeling. आप लोग देखियो as opposition fans, Liverpool has gone through in the past. Arsenal have certainly gone through बहुत सालों से. अब तो Arsenal fans are even worse. Trust me, so sad for them. But again, I wouldn't mind being a Chelsea fan. But Man United भी काफी लंबा हो गया. Alex Ferguson है यार आपके crowd में. If he's backing United, there has to be something good. Why is that when Mourinho says you have a bright future, it means you can't make his team at the present?
That's why he calls it a bright future.
I see the pun there. I think probably he made that about Lukaku. I remember when he led Lukaku back in the day. De Bruyne, we all remember that. I don't know, Dhruv, as in you've seen a lot of Mourinho. As a neutral, what do you think? As in Real Madrid में भी देखा है आपने?
Actually मैं थोड़ा Mourinho मेरे को as in वो बंदा ही थोड़ा पसंद है. मतलब लगता है you always like to hear him. मतलब आपको सुनना है कि इसको क्या कहना है. Yeah. So मैं जब टॉटनहम में था, मैं टॉटनहम को सपोर्ट करता था प्रीमियर लीग में एक टाइम के लिए. Just because Mourinho used to be there.
Breaking news, people. Breaking news. Dhruv is a Tottenham fan.
We've got a Tottenham fan in the house.
Yeah,
चलो एक बंदा तो है जो
Eugene
Tottenham
is
fan
not
है.
listening to us, and he'll certainly second him. But yes, please
I
go
mean,
on.
come on, man.
I thought, except for expressions, we didn't have any Tottenham fans, anyways.
First
Yeah,
Tottenham fan world में पहली बार.
No.
I
Of course,
am
big up to
not a
Eugene.
fan.
Eugene is basically Spurs Vision TV, actually the channel, and I actually have a set of a gang and who have been supporting Tottenham for decades together. Without any banter. I know we were just bantering here. Like, big up to them. Like, come on, Chelsea is the team in London. Back to what you're speaking through. Yes.
Tottenham get battered everywhere
Look,
they
like,
go.
I don't know,
I
but-
saw this. I just saw this song today, sung by Arsenal, and yesterday by Chelsea for no reasons. We were playing against some other team, and then they kept singing this song. We were on the back foot actually at one point. Not yesterday. I guess the before game. We were on the back
What a
foot.
miss, man. What a miss. What a
Don't
miss.
tell me it's
by the
Bruno.
way.
Let me see it.
You'll take it a look, but as in that's right, Vijay. Even I think I kind of heard it somewhere yesterday itself. I don't know, was it one of the channels
Yeah,
I was
they're
watching?
doing it against Luton Town.
Oh, okay, yes. But Dhruv, yeah, but as in Mourinho, abhi to he's finished, right? As in as a manager, would you say?
Yeah, he has certainly declined, and
Unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, his football, मतलब बंदे को गर्व होता है ना अपने फुटबॉल पे. He was that guy. He used to be proud about what he used to do, and whatever critics used to throw at him, he always had an answer, and always used to face it. I like that kind of people. And talking about his I'm coming to the point right now. The thing is that the kind of players he has worked with, right? Lampard, जैसा Drogba, these players, Ronaldo, Ozil, man, these guys had, they were like, they wanted that, they had that passion, they had that, that we want to win, we want to be winners, champions. And we have also seen Mourinho coming out and saying the mentality of the young kids nowadays. So I think he is dealing with that. He's a mid-aged guy, and he is trying to, going through some. He has become Pakao uncle
Offside,
somehow.
offside, offside.
So
एक गोल हुआ
he has
महारेस
become
का
Pakao
offside
uncle
goal.
for some people. So that's why he's just like, you play my way or the highway. That's the thing. So he's not
That's
able
so
to
true.
cope up with people like the young minds, to be honest.
Absolutely.
If
Shagita,
if I,
quickly I'll come to this. Sorry, Vijay. So I'll just check this. So Shagita, we are actually live on Tuesday night. हम proper show कर रहे हैं Tuesday night को about the Champions League. So we'll come back to this. आप mind नहीं करो तो please join. Certainly बहुत brilliant panel आने वाला है. हमने already publish कर दिया है. So check that out. That is going to be a great panel. Tuesday night को I'm pretty sure we'll be covering Real Madrid PSG as well, and of course Liverpool Inter, और हम predictions भी लेंगे आगे के लिए. So we are keeping Champions League talk उसके लिए अभी. I hope you understand. और
Offside हो
यूरोपा
गया,
लीग वाले
offside.
Wednesday night को है.
Okay.
या ऑफसाइड था एब्सोल्युटली. गौरव की कमेंट ले लेते नेक्स्ट. सच बोलना अंकित भैया, क्या सच में रैग्निक का फुल टाइम जॉब देके बैक करना चाहिए? अच्छा तो ये भी कर रहा है, एंड रोनाल्डो को जाने देना चाहिए. न्यू लेग नीडेड भैया, इक्का दुक्का एक्सपीरियंस रख लो. टुडे आई डोंट नो, वेरी स्ट्रेंजली विजय, one of the apps that I know, right, one football app has actually brought up this story. By the way, VR is checking the goal. हो सकता है they, I don't know, hand is offside. बाकी teams के लिए नहीं होता. But Vijay, do you
Yeah.
think Ronaldo moving out of Manchester United is a real thing right now? And he has been linked to Chelsea, which I don't believe it. But what is your say about Ragnick and Ronaldo? The equation.
I mean, I just wanted to quickly touch upon that Mourinho topic as well, because I don't usually get that chance to touch upon Mourinho.
yeah,
But
of
then,
course.
yeah,
We will.
see,
Okay, by the way, Gaurav, हम आएंगे आपके question पर. Just give a second, Vijay. Let him complete this point, and we'll come back to this. Thank you. Yeah, Vijay, please.
yeah. So
Goal.
first thing,
How could it? Why only Lukaku got that offside then? Please tell me. His gloves were there. His
that's because it's
elbow was
Chelsea.
there.
What the hell? ये गोल दे दिया है? Did they give it?
Come on, bhai. Yaar, I don't know. Yaar, Sadio Mane, I would have given all 3 goals, to be very honest. But then why was Lukaku not given?
So the elbow should be behind the foot, right? So his elbow is behind.
I have
the
now
foot,
lost
actually.
track of what the rule is, to be very honest.
Yeah, the elbow is behind, right? So I think it should be given a goal.
Okay.
On
But Lukaku, as in you could argue that was the same, but that was maybe in a one-off wrong decision, simply put, maybe in hindsight.
Yep,
I
it's
thought
onside.
it wasn't, but
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Vijay, coming back to Mourinho, please.
Yeah, so for me, Mourinho, first of all, respectfully, he's a very good manager. I get the point when you say it's my way or the highway, but the thing is, for me, Mourinho's, when he appreciates a set of players, he does appreciate with heart. But the problem with the Mourinho's style of play is that not everyone suits it. Even Eden Hazard doesn't suit Mourinho's style of play, if I'm to be very honest, right? He expects certain amount of defensive duties, which might not be the inherent way of how the players play. So it doesn't have to be always Mourinho's fault, or it doesn't have to be always the players' fault. But his way of looking at certain individuals and the way that Mourinho operates is more on the defensive front, which means that everyone is expected to do that defensive work, and not every team would have all the individuals to contribute back, on the defensive side, and then move along with it. And that's why I think not a lot of people really get along with Mourinho or his system, and he might come out as the villain in all this. But that's on Mourinho. And quickly going to the Rangnick point and Ronaldo. First thing, when we talk about Ronaldo to Chelsea, I for one don't want him on the team. It's not that I don't like Ronaldo. And altogether, maybe that could be something that is influencing my decision. But I think when we get Ronaldo, or any team gets Ronaldo, it becomes like the whole team is dependent on that person. It's not because it usually comes with the caliber of a Ronaldo or Messi, right? When these guys come in, the entire system needs to be changed around them. And
match done. Sorry, but match is done. People, I don't know. You guys, आप अभी भी lag कर रहे हो, if I'm not wrong. होने वाला है. It's 4-1 to City. And हम Premier League का table देखे थे. City are already going from better to as in the best. And I think I would actually buy this. Pep is actually writing history. United को doing the double the way they have done. Imagine यार, मतलब I think coming back to the question जो गौरव ने पूछा था, right? Sorry Vijay, I'll come to you again on that, but because the match is done, we have to address this one. I'll actually come to Hemant इसके लिए. Hemant, इसके बाद, right? Vijay was already touching about Ronaldo, right? और गौरव ने भी पूछा about Ronaldo. नेक्स्ट सीजन ऑलरेडी लिंक होना शुरू हो गया है. आज नहीं है, बोल सकते हो इंजरी है, बट स्पेकुलेटिव है. ऑलरेडी ही hasn't been informed. He hasn't looked at energy वाला Ronaldo in the recent weeks. And I'll come to the Ronaldo fan for sure. लेकिन उसके पहले हेमंत, just a neutral opinion. क्या लगता है यार, Ronaldo, is he the stumbling block in United, or is Rangnick being not the permanent manager stumbling block, or is it much more?
ये थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होगा क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज मैं एक रोनाल्डो फैन हूँ, तो वहाँ पे बायस आ जाता है. लेकिन आई थिंक यस थोड़ा वो है, स्टम्बलिंग ब्लॉक है, क्योंकि आप रोनाल्डो अगर वहाँ आ गए, ठीक है, आप एक टीम है, वह रोनाल्डो है, तो आप रोनाल्डो को ही पास दोगे. चाहे ब्रूनो कितने भी अच्छे स्पेस में, आप रोनाल्डो को देखोगे, क्योंकि वो बन चुका है, वो रोनाल्डो है. क्योंकि तो उसी की वजह से वो हमें दिखता है कि जब रोनाल्डो नहीं खेला था, आई थिंक ब्रूनो गॉट 2 असिस्ट, कुछ ऐसा गोल मारा था उसने, ब्रेस था, हैट्रिक था, मुझे नहीं याद, लेकिन वो हुआ था. बट यू कैन नॉट ऑल्सो फॉरगेट द इम्पैक्ट दैट रोनाल्डो हैज हैड ऑन यूनाइटेड. जब चैंपियंस लीग में वो लोग खेल रहे हैं, तो वहाँ पे वो बात भी आ जाती है. बट येस, इफ यूनाइटेड वांट्स टू प्रोग्रेस, देन इस टीम में रोनाल्डो नहीं हो सकता, एरिक टेन हैग के सिस्टम में रोनाल्डो नहीं हो सकता. एंड आई सी रोनाल्डो गोइंग टू पीएसजी जब जिदान वहां पे आ जाएगा, ये मेरे को लग रहा है, प्रेडिक्शन है मेरा.
Okay, great prediction that. By the way, again people, chat में आप बोलिए. By the way, सब लोग poll ले ले. Hope everyone has liked the stream. Check out the description, यार. Check out the description. Takes a second before हम आए post match review पर quickly. I'm hoping the panel is okay for a few more minutes. We'll just quickly discuss about the match and then probably wind up the stream with a couple of questions. एक क्विज का एक लास्ट टाई ब्रेकर बाकी है. Just so you know. But ध्रुव भाई, आपके डेफिनेटली आना पड़ेगा. रोनाल्डो फैन, आपको क्या लगता है, जस्ट योर फीलिंग दैट रोनाल्डो, व्हाई इज ही नॉट ब्रिंगिंग यूनाइटेड व्हाट ही ब्रॉट जस्ट लास्ट सीजन यूवेंटस में था यार भाई.
I think thing is that there are a couple of things, like I cannot say that I'm saying yes, Ronaldo has been struggling last couple of games, definitely, and he is not up to the mark for sure, and I don't see him going to Chelsea, to be honest. These rumors are like, I don't see him going to Chelsea, but there is a huge possibility he will be leaving United for sure. If United fail, or if he doesn't fit, if he doesn't see himself adding something to the team, or his team doesn't see him adding something to a team, I don't think he will stay, and he might leave. Possibility, of course, is PSG. And talking about the current situation, the entire United team is struggling, to be honest. And Ronaldo has a bit to do with it. Like Ole was for 3 years over there trying to build a team, and somehow in the first game against Leeds, they saw something, like they had some hopes. Then Ronaldo came in, they had to adjust the system, and the entire season has gone by, and they're still trying to adapt with Ronaldo. and manager was sacked. Another system was brought into play, so everything has become so. Everything came together for United, and they couldn't cope up with it. So they have to stick to something. They have to put their club above the players and take some huge tough decisions if they want to make it. And even if it's letting Ronaldo go and the money
Yeah,
go, you have to do it for it.
I can buy that. But वही है, great prediction by Hemant back to that PSG wala. I can actually see some sense. But Vijay, I'll I'll have to share this with you, buddy. City fans, like Chelsea fans, were back in the day, as in when I say back in the day, I'm talking about the last decade, are spoiled. Not happy about keeping a clean sheet, need another 100 million to buy a fullback or centre back in the summer. Do City need anything after those kind of performances, especially in the league?
Striker, definitely.
I mean, we saw that Pep openly admitted that he would want a striker in the previous week. If you guys think that we are doing well without a striker, yes, we are managing, but doesn't mean that we are not going to go for a striker. That's exactly what he said, or that's probably tentatively what he said, right? So I think striker definitely an option, and maybe it's high time they start looking beyond someone like Stones. May not the consistent defender out there, so maybe someone who could replace him there would be a good option. But I don't think so. They need a lot of tweaking right now in this team, but it really depends on how long Pep is going to stay, if I'm to be honest with you. So if Pep is going, then there are a set of changes that needs to happen according to the new managers. But if at all Pep is staying, I don't think so. This is more of a complete team except for one striker and one fullback.
Okay, हाँ. By the way, यार, sports talk in mind. चिराग भाई आ
I'm sorry,
गए.
centre back.
Yeah, as in, thank you for the super chat, of course. Again, people, sports talk in mind. Big shout out. Hamisha, he's supporting the channel, and of course, I did check out your channel as well, sports talk in mind. लगे रहो भाई. Certainly, we are all learning. एक दूसरे से चिराग lost the bet. Shout out to football medico भी. But मैं hope कर रहा था चिराग जीत जाए और हम आधा आधा ले लें. अब वो हमारा डील था, लेकिन एब्सोल्युटली नहीं यार. मजाक असाइड, आई थिंक सर्टनली एज इन ये एक सिटी यूनाइटेड की गेम थी ना. प्रेडिक्शन काफी लोग, हम लोग चाह रहे थे कि एज न्यूट्रल्स की यूनाइटेड जीत जाए या ड्रॉ कर ले. But let's be honest, like the panel has already said, Vijay has touched upon क्या has been missing or not missing in City. Unfortunately, it is what it is. मैं वही बोलूंगा सिटी के टीम में ना, as much as we say कि they need a striker or they wanting a striker, maybe in a strange way that has worked in their favor, क्योंकि यार the flowing football जो खेलते हैं, just like Chelsea, आप बोल सकते हो
The
Lukaku
false line
करके.
works better for them.
Exactly, I think probably we are going that way as well. So I would rather say कि City, and historically Pep hasn't done so well against with tall strikers as well. तो वो एक चीज देखना चाहिए. But Dhruv भाई big fan. Yeah, come on Priyansh, हम आपके भी fan हैं. लेकिन certainly, I mean, big shout out
प्रियांश
to
भी
behind.
वॉच अलोंग कर रहा था फॉर द गेम एंड मैं थोड़ा फर्स्ट हाफ में देख के आया कि मेरा सब ठीक ठाक है, देन आई जॉइन योर स्ट्रीम. ऐसा हुआ.
Yes. Of course, yeah, bhai, Loudmouth Show. I know that you're a Liverpool fan. I don't care about the gap. Plenty of time to turn that around. See, that is the mentality. I mean, hats off to that mentality for Liverpool fans. And I've seen that. It's not just Klopp. He's instilled that. We used to have that mentality under Mourinho. Trust me, we had that.
Yeah.
Real Madrid had that under Mourinho. No, that was a different. That वो चाहिए. आप कितने भी points पीछे हो, that is what wins you. You have to have that
Yeah.
mentality.
I mean, we would have had the same mentality if we were in the second spot, but third is too big to
No,
catch
Tuchel,
up.
don't get me wrong, Vijay. Tuchel is brilliant. I would keep him for years, for decade. Lekin, I would kind of bring it to the players. Our players, if you see, they turn up in big UCL matches. They turn up against Spurs. They turn up against Arsenal. You don't need that kick off the backside. You are experienced enough. Yes, we have a lot of youngsters, but now it's their second season almost together. We have hardly made any changes. So yes, lot of injuries and whatnot, but those kind of turning those draws to wins, that killer instinct, we've not come back in matches as much as maybe Liverpool City have, despite having that on the bench. So that's my only thing. So shout out again to Liverpool and City fans for doing what it is. But Hemant, I know I've kept you waiting. Quickly राउंड अप कर दीजिए आप मैच हमारे लिए. व्हाट इज योर रिव्यू ऑफ दिस मैच? हु वाज योर मैन ऑफ द मैच? मैं रेटिंग भी दिखा देता हूँ. स्पॉट मॉब का क्या रेटिंग है, लेकिन आपके लिए हु वाज योर मैन ऑफ द मैच एंड व्हाट वाज द डिफरेंस इन बोथ द टीम्स टोटलिटी में?
आई थिंक फॉर ओवरऑल गेम मैगवायर जो है मैनचेस्टर सिटी का मेन प्लेयर बन गया, क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा इंडिविजुअल मिस्टेक्स उसने की
पेस
फर्स्ट
ही नहीं
हाफ में
थी
जो
अब
गोल
बेचारे
गया।
की।
लेकिन यहाँ पे देखा जाए तो केविन डे ब्रुयने इज द मैन ऑफ द मैच इजीली। बेहतरीन गेम, मतलब वो बिग गेम्स में जो उसकी कंसिस्टेंसी है। मैं अभी
Yeah.
स्टार्ट पढ़ रहा था एक, आई थिंक ही हैज प्लेड 66 गेम्स वर्सेस द बिग सिक्स, उसने स्टार्ट किया है, एंड ही हैज गॉट 40 गोल्स।
Wow,
तो
brilliant stat that. Brilliant. Thank you for sharing that, Hemant. Certainly. And again, yes, City Hub, congratulations. Congratulations. That's what I can say. Certainly, आप लग रहे हो यार. You are certainly, the main team. वो doubt ही नहीं था. Once I ran into Florin Maluda in Delhi. Okay, wow, interesting, Aditya. I asked him which is the laziest player he's ever said. He said Eden Hazard. Absolutely. I think it's known, right? वो training winning में
लेजी
कुछ करता नहीं था. He just you used to turn up and great Aditya आप मलुडा से मिले हो, hats off उसके लिए. I think perfection is also termed as city nowadays. Subham Ganguly bang on भाई मतलब I don't know, Kevin the Ginger is my man of the match. Good one, good one. Looking at how United exploited the spaces today, though a few, I am worried against Liverpool, especially Luis Diaz. Absolutely great point, Dhruv. So United के लिए hope, there are positives, right? What do you think are positives from this particular game?
I think United have been decent. Okay, they have been decent, but they are doing individual mistakes. That's the point, sir. कि ये लोग है ना थोड़ा पता नहीं what happens to them. They happen to panic or something, and they do individual mistakes. And Ragnick has tried to instill that pressing habit, tried to pump them up, but it will take time. And yeah, that's the thing. They have to reduce their mistakes. देहया कब तक बचाएगा यार तुमको? So just try to focus on the game more. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, we got that. There's certainly sports talk in Mahim. KDB is the man of the match. Hoping for a hat trick, huh? City Chelsea fans especially को और नमक डालो. हर बार Salah KDB, kind of scores. I always remember that season when Oscar was preferred. Not that Oscar wasn't good, Willian wasn't good. Both were tremendous. वो दो seasons के लिए especially. But long run, may we know who's the winner. Unfortunately, City, Liverpool have got the better deal. United pressing looked good due to young players and Ronnie's absence. Yeah, that's a great point. I think Dhruv was touching upon that.
Yeah.
यहाँ पर यार मेरा सिक्योरिटी गार्ड शुरू हो गया विसल करना, तो हाँ few more minutes भाई साहब रुक जाओ थोड़ा. अच्छा लगेगा certainly. KDB shines against big teams. Yeah, absolutely. हेमंत भाई ने एक stat दिया था. So Vijay, of course, KDB is your man of the match there. But now, where do United go from here?
Back to Old Trafford, try and analyze what they can do about it. But yeah, jokes aside, Man United, they definitely have a lot to work on. To be honest with you, they need to understand how to contribute to a game as a group. First of all comes primary, and once you start realizing that you're playing as a team, that's when you start to get better as a team. And if you're playing for individual moments, if you're playing for yourself, then it doesn't get really translated into victories in the pitch. Maybe here and there, 1 or 2 goals, but that doesn't get you anywhere. So I think there's a lot of reflections to be done. In the hindsight, we could still argue that United look a better team in the paper, but we all know what they've been doing on the pitch. I think a strong coach would probably instigate this sort of a collision between all these players. I think United have got that wrong. Not just with Ole, with this person Rangnick as well, and maybe if they're going for someone like Ten Hag, I still think that would also be a problem. Because the reason why I say that is, with United, the egos of these players in the dressing room needs to be sorted first. And these egos of the players in the dressing room cannot be sorted by managers who've not achieved a lot. Right? If you look back at the history of the managers that is being deployed in Manchester United in the last 2-3 times, they've not been so successful that they can actually rest back on that success and make players play the way that they want to, right? Because if you want to actually hold someone like Ronaldo and say, you know what, you're supposed to do this. You need someone of the caliber of Pep Guardiola, Klopp, Tuchel, not even Tuchel before Chelsea, or someone like Jose Mourinho. These guys can tell, and people like Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes will listen. You bring in Rangnick, who's from RB Leipzig, and expect Ronaldo to listen. I'm not sure how well that will work. And the same goes for even Ole, right? Because him being a legend in terms of playing days doesn't really translate into what he knows as a manager. That's why I think in terms of management, they need a one stronghold. I don't think so. Ten Hag as well is going to do that. Pochettino possibly yes, but it's like on the wall. It could go either way. So that's the reason why I did not comment on Pochettino. But otherwise, I still think unless they get one stronghold manager, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're a fair call, fair call. Like I've been calling it from like last few months, but Hemant, what is your call? Like who's the best fit for United for you? आपने बोला Zidane going to PSG probably looks likely.
Yeah.
After so Pochettino will be free. So would you see Pochettino bringing glory to United, or you would want to get a European name?
I think first of all, यूनाइटेड ने मैनेजर ही गलत चुना था. मैं समझ रहा था कॉन्टे को अगर जाता ना वहां पे, आई थिंक कॉन्टे वुड हैव बीन द परफेक्ट फिट फॉर मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड.
True.
एंड
Good call.
और स्पर्स के साथ वो मतलब स्पर्स को एक गलत मैनेजर अच्छा मिला है, बट उनका जो बोर्ड है वो ये कॉन्टे के लिए अच्छा बिल्कुल नहीं है. एंड कॉन्टे वुड हैव बीन सुपर्ब एट यूनाइटेड, बट अब वो हो नहीं सकता. सो आई वुड गो विद एरिक टेन हाग. मैं पोचेटिनो, आई नो यूनाइटेड वाले उनको बहुत पसंद करते हैं जो उनका बोर्ड है, बट आई थिंक एरिक टेन हाग हैज द कैपेसिटी टू बी सक्सेसफुल एट यूनाइटेड.
Yes, yes. By the way,
If
quickly, 1 second, sorry. I'll just make this kind of announcement because there are about 25 people watching. Please do like this stream. It helps. Yes, we have been reviewing United more. Because City are come on, like every as in the more praise we have, we kind of have for them. I think it's kind of less. But yeah, quick shout out here to the panel here. Big shout out. They have been staying here for almost 2.5 hours here. So yeah, please do check out their channels as well. Of course, I'm assuming around 20 plus people watching. You have already subscribed Almighty Blues FC को और आप देख रहे हो आप Almighty Blues Cricket. हम 100 सब्सक्राइबर्स रीच कर लिए. लेट अस मेक दैट स्टार्ट. तो हमें पुश चाहिए, आप हमें दीजिए. क्रिकेट इज माय फर्स्ट लव जस्ट फॉर यू ऑल. लेकिन हाँ, सर्टनली कमिंग बैक टू द फुटबॉल चैनल्स, स्पोर्ट्स वायर, स्पोर्ट्स कपा इन बिहाइंड, प्लीज डू चेक इट आउट. आप देख रहे हो स्क्रीन पर नाम है, जस्ट टेक्स अ क्लिक. आप डिस्क्रिप्शन में जाओ, just click on those links जो मैंने दिया है, and we will be fine. But yes, please go ahead. I think someone had a comment. I kind of interrupted you.
Yeah. Again, Hemant made this particular point, right? He talked about Antonio Conte being the perfect fit. In terms of footballing side of it, he definitely would have been the right fit, Hemant. I get your point. But him coming to Manchester United would have exposed a lot of problems at the leadership level or the administration level at Manchester United, which
100%.
right now Manchester United wouldn't want on their plate, because he's so vocal in the media. And talking about Manchester United as a manager really has a lot more weightage in terms of how world reacts to it. And I don't think so that sort of a media nonsense is something that Manchester United leaders can afford. And that's the problem, and that's the reason why I think they didn't even consider Kante as an option, because they know that things at the leadership level are a bit skeptical here and there. And if Kante comes in, he's just going to point out every single thing in the media, which is exactly what is happening with Tottenham right now.
100%. I will go with that. And great comment here, Priyansh. बहुत ही अच्छा tactical comment है, क्योंकि like we have been covering, it's about their formation the first half में, especially जब goal खाए ना. I think they again went on the back foot. I think after scoring rather. So that was the time when Bruno could have been asked to come into midfield and help a lot along with Pogba, क्योंकि उनके पास वो height है. They have that thing. Bruno especially can make those tackles. काफी underrated हो जाता है. और आज even those the ball that he plays was not enough. So Dhruv, would you buy this comment?
Yeah, definitely. He should. I think it didn't work out for them as they would have thought. Bruno and Pogba. I think the team today, for me, they were looking good in patches. As I said earlier, they were looking good in patches, but it's not enough. You have to be really consistent. And Bruno, I think he's been too much under pressure for a while, and this was one of his off days. So that's the point, that he didn't um carry a lot of confidence from last few matches. He didn't capitalize on a few goals which he must have scored. So that must be the reason that he has not been at his top level in a top game. Yeah, that
Yeah,
might be
100%.
that's my opinion.
Yeah,
यहाँ
this
पे मैं एक
comment.
इंटरेस्टिंग
Yeah,
इंटरेस्टिंग
please.
चीज,
Please, Hemant,
एक आप
please.
तीनों से क्वेश्चन है, एक गेस मारना है आपको, मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड का सेकंड हाफ में एक्सजी कितना हुआ होगा, जस्ट अ गेस.
मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड सेकंड हाफ में आई थिंक एक अटैक तो मुझे क्लियरली याद है, एक अटैक तो प्रॉपर था जहां पर है ना, आई थिंक फ्रेड वाज इट, फ्रेड और एलांगा, वन ऑफ देम वर द पीपल हु हैड गॉट इट, और फिर एक इंटरसेप्शन आया था. इनफैक्ट आई वुड टेक it would probably be closer to 1, so point something, 0.75.
0.3 बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
0.3 and
Yeah,
विजय भाई
0.5,
आपका,
sorry, 0.5 मेरा.
What's the
0.5
answer?
मेरा.
the answer is 0.
वो
भाई साहब, नहीं यार, एक अटैक तो क्लियरली था यार, दैट्स अनफेयर. एक्सजी दैट्स व्हाई मैं नहीं जाता यार एक्सजी पर. लेकिन हाँ, यहाँ पर ये कमेंट ले लेते हैं, कपल ऑफ कमेंट्स इनफैक्ट. आर सिटी गोना कीप डोमिनेटिंग लाइक दिस अंटिल द ऑयल मनी रन्स out, or do we have a plan to stop them? So Vijay, tactically, quickly, as in a couple of comments I can see, again, it's not about the money. The fact is, tactically, we want to know what is the best way to stop City, and we have seen Champions League, Vijay, but in the league, what is it that will stop them? Because I think the EPL is getting boring otherwise. Come on.
I mean, Pep Guardiola has this tendency, of course, to make any league farmers league as and when he goes to those leagues. But yeah, he's been very successful in multiple leagues, and kudos to him. It's not that we cannot stop Manchester City at all, but then on their day they're obviously strong. We've seen low block teams actually being very successful with City. Let's be honest about it. Like during the season as well, a couple of teams being successful about how they kind of stop City. But one thing that we have to realize is that City is, when it comes to City, tactically, if you look at it, like they start dominating the attack from that outside the box. They start whipping in crosses from there, like floating deliveries inside for their strikers. And that's where they're very dangerous. So I would say that space between your defense and the midfield that comes to that, the box, right? That is your six most of the time. That is something you need to be very careful about when you talk about Manchester City. If you are able to dominate that position, the sixth position for Man City, I think that could just lead up to a break between their midfield and attack, and I don't think so they're going to be recovering from that. So that six is probably a bit where teams need to concentrate on. I think with respect to Chelsea, if you're able to acquire someone like Declan Rice or Tchouaméni suiting that six, then I think we have a fair chance to beat them.
Fair enough. Hemant, quickly, I'll come back to you. Quick prediction. Again, this goes for the chat also. Again, people, yes, there was a poll there. Last poll लीजिए. Or by the way, we are just 6 likes away from 100. So let's get us to the like target here. Come on. जो भी देख रहा है, get us to the like target or subscribe target. हाँ, we are not there yet. Hopefully आप वहाँ पर भी मदद करोगे हमें. आप स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हो. But Hemant, prediction and for the chat as well. Where will Manchester United end this season? एक number बोलिए.
5th.
Oh, interesting. That's optimistic. United fans, come on, you got to listen to that. Barca is in Europa, yeah, you can do it, and why not? As in, that is a transition period, and it's which बुरा मानने की चीज नहीं है. That's a fact, right? And I'll come back to Dhruv. I think Dhruv is just gone for a second. I know I'm taking too much of time. Vijay, I don't know if again panel में five minutes. Oh,
yeah,
perfect. And the same year actually, but yeah, Vijay, I think you already said it, but again, what's your final call? Where will United end this season?
5 for sure. I mean, they're not challenging with Arsenal right now, given the way that they're going.
Okay, you went 5. I thought 5 more minutes. Okay, perfect. So Sports Talk in Mahim is going 7th. I don't know what Ujjwal is going for. Ujjwal बोल रहे, how is Mahrez and Mane are on set? यार Ujjwal भाई साहब, thank you बोलने के लिए. मैं तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा. मैं एक्चुअली कितना 22 साल से देख रहा हूँ फुटबॉल. Trust me. In fact, I started literally watching a 98 World Cup. International football or club football, इतने सारे
Ankit, doesn't matter when you started. Those days, there's no outside only. So.
Vijay, the thing
Just
is,
kidding,
the
buddy.
rules.
Just kidding.
No, the rules
Yeah.
have changed so much over the years, right?
So much.
As it,
Yeah.
I
Correct.
have
Correct.
forgotten
Transition so much.
what it was. So, is it really fair to even compare what happened earlier? We cannot compare now. So,
Yeah.
I have. So it doesn't matter whether you have started following today or 20 plus years. You don't know what is the rule today. It is so confusing. Or is it EPL confusing us? Dhruv, आप ला लीगा काफी देखते हो. इतना ही confusion होता है ला लीगा में.
लालीगा लालीगा और ये इंग्लिश वालों का ना, इनका व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है, ये एक दूसरे को अपना भेजते रहते हैं करियर एडवाइस, और दोनों का सेम चलता रहता है, वो बोलने लायक है नहीं. कभी कभी कुछ आई एम श्योर दैट दे हैव गॉट सम, दे से गुड मॉर्निंग मैसेजेस और उनका चलता रहता है. आई हर रेफरी का अपना अलग एजेंडा लेके चलता है, अपना अलग ये चलता है. सो आई हैव no comments. Best comment is to not comment about that.
Absolutely, well said there. लेकिन अब people out there, हम actually watch along तो किए ही है. We did a pre-match, tactical talk about जो formation थी, and of course बाकी results जो है आज बार्सिलोना की and of course Arsenal की. So do take a look, after the stream. Not just that, during the stream we were actually not only following the matches, especially Man United, but even Man United City of course, and Barca match. लेकिन we were doing a trivia. So let's actually end with that. What do you say? This goes out to the
Give
chat.
me a chance to go to 1 point.
Exactly. मैंने actually highlight भी किया था यार. मैं भाई साहब कोई आंसर नहीं किया यार chat में. Come on. So this is the question, people. Again, moving on. I know we'll come to Champions League, Europa League. By the way, we are live on Tuesday night and Wednesday night, 10 p.m. IST. Which of these managers has taken charge of the most clubs in the Premier League? 8 clubs. Sam Allardyce, Steve Bruce, Mark Hughes, Harry Redknapp. And by the way, catch before anyone answers, anyone in the panel can only go for one. So there has to be unique answer by the 4 panel members. That's it. I told it. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Harry Redknapp.
Okay, good one.
Sam
You don't need to
Allardyce.
raise your hand. Sam Allardyce. Okay, what about you, Dhruv?
Steve Bruce.
चलो मेरे को तो बचाव कुछ मिला यार. Come on.
तो आप कोई बात नहीं, मुझे एक जाना पहचाना नाम वही लग रहा है मेरे को. ये इन दोनों इनके मेरे को चेहरे याद नहीं आ रहे हैं. ऐसा हो रहा है
मुझे. अच्छा, given that now I got Mark Hughes, I don't know, people in the chat, आपको पता है तो बोलिए, what is the answer to this question? Sports Talk with Mahim says Sam Allardyce. Priyansh,
Sam Allardyce.
Mark Hughes. Just Viola, thank you for joining again, and great stream, quality content keeper. Yeah, of course. It's
so
because
much.
of you guys, man. I always say we run the
Guys,
channel because of you guys.
Guys, stick around to find out if I'm going to 1 point or not. Then you can know.
Okay, so basically the question was, people in the chat जो miss कर दिए थे. By the way, सब लोग like कर दो यार. 100 के likes के I think we are just couple away. Let's like the stream. Check out the description for panels channels. लेकिन हाँ, which of these managers has taken charge of most clubs in the Premier League? 8. Sam Allardyce, Steve Bruce, Mark Hughes, या Harry Redknapp. Let me actually go with Steve Bruce in the answer. लेकिन मेरा answer Mark Hughes होगा. So remember the answers, right? You cannot change the answers, panel. Bhai Sahab, I think Dhruv has come late and won the quiz. Steve Bruce.
in Fergie time.
ये क्या हुआ? Shame on the three of us. I think Dhruv, again, no comments on the age, but I think हम चारों में से सबसे young हैं, भाई साहब. I might be wrong, but again, no. लेकिन हाँ, very well done. I think people, we have had a quiz here along with the fun watch along and of course, review and preview that we did. लेकिन I have to update the scores यहाँ पर. So I think Dhruv has overtaken Hemant. Sorry Hemant, प्राइज नहीं मिला आज तो. लेकिन we'll carry on. बाकी watch along पे carry on करेंगे. क्या बोलते हो? We have a tournament.
पूरा tournament रखो.
ठीक है, चलो.
Officially, I haven't participated in
I'm
this
sure now.
competition.
I'm doing shoe everything now. Video
3-2-1-0.
Yeah, officially, I haven't participated in this competition. That's the reason why the score.
We were just warming up. Come on, Vijay, and we were giving the youngsters a chance. Let's put it that. No.
Yeah, that you could say.
or rather, ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. But 3 of us are Chelsea content creators primarily, with other things as well. लेकिन हाँ, we are giving the guest a chance.
In behind निकाला मैंने रन पीछे से आके मैंने.
In behind was Google.
Yeah. No, no, no. I
Absolutely.
didn't Google. Come on.
Just kidding,
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got
bye.
it right, fair and square.
But again, yeah, thanks a lot. I know it's almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. Very, very special thank you to the panel here. We've had great fun. Hopefully, you guys had fun watching. And of course, in the panel, always welcome. And like I say, fan channel for all to see. Everyone is welcome. If you want to kind of participate in watch alongs, do DM me. More than open to kind of try and fit you all. And that's the thing. Like, and I think Chirag Bhai, we always want him. Doc Baba, we always want, Chelsea perspective. Big shout out to him. Special message to him. Of course, Blue Clouds TV, Thai Talks, who are there. Mikhail, everyone is welcome. Prasanna, who always joins. Shrey FC, who always joins as well. But big shout out, of course, to the panel here, especially Aj, because of the fact that they spend so much time. And again, it's not without you all that we can do something. We are just one like away from 100. So let's get to that 100 likes, people. Not just one, but yeah, let's like the stream. Let's check out the description. आप देख रहे हो screen पर Sportswire, Sports Cuppa in behind Almighty Blues FC or Almighty Blues Cricket. We'll be back on that as well. Do subscribe, press that bell notification icon, and I can only say kudos to Manchester City. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Barcelona for their win. And Arsenal fans, we have to congratulate them as well. Last word relatively quickly, panel say before we end the stream quickly. So first, Vijay, brother, anything to share about your channel? Anything that you would like to share about the matches, Chelsea, anything?
A lot of interesting days ahead for Chelsea Football Club. Not knowing who the owner is, not knowing who the leaders in the club are, or not knowing who the administration is. So a lot of content relevant to that as well is coming up in my channel. You know that I predominantly focus on the Chelsea administration side, not just Chelsea, but then the Premier League administration side, rather on the footballing part. So yeah, there's a lot that is going to happen that side, and of course some transfer news and transfer rumors as well. So that's probably what you can expect from my channel right now. So yeah, that's pretty much about Sportswire. But then I enjoyed my time with Hemant, Dhruv, and Ankit as usual. And I loved that. Loved the stream. Loved the trivia questions. Though I didn't get anything right, still was pretty fun. So thanks for having me, though. Yeah, appreciate
yes,
it.
absolutely. We'll have absolutely see you again and again. Sports Talk with Mahim, यार join करना. कल भी शायद हम live हो, देखते हैं. We'll try to be live tomorrow as well. But Tuesday तो definitely पक्का है. आप देख रहे हो. We are having a great panel and Wednesday night as well a great panel. So stay tuned for that. But again, thanks a lot to Vijay to come on. And of course, great content. People do check it out. We are due a cricket conversation as well, Vijay. That is something that we will be discussing on Almighty Blues Cricket and of course your channel hopefully. But coming to Hemant Bhai, Sports Cuppa, काफी अच्छा content. But how was your experience? Anything that you would like to share about channel? आज के बारे में और the season.
भाई ये जैसा अभी विजय भाई ने कहा, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें आ रही हैं चेल्सी के लिए, क्योंकि हम लोगों को कुछ नहीं पता ओनर कौन होगा. बस एक सर्टेन है कि हमारे पास बेस्ट मैनेजर है थॉमस टुकल, एंड हम लोग का उसकी वजह से फ्यूचर थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है. एंड चैनल की बात करूँ तो भाई आप लोग जो भी देख रहे हो खुद ही जाके स्पोर्ट्स कपा चैनल है देख लो. कंटेंट पसंद आए तो आप सब्सक्राइब कर देना. एंड अंकित भाई थैंक यू फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी. आज बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आया. बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मैच था ये सिटी और यूनाइटेड का, और बहुत ही बेहतरीन पैनल भी था, तो बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आया.
Absolutely, always love your thought, brother. And of course, यार मुझे काफी मजा आता है, इसलिए हम काफी जाते भी है इसको स्पोर्ट्स कपा पे. तो प्लीज चेक करिए. हम बहुत मेहनत करते हैं. We are building a very strong football community. Of course, the idea is, for everyone to see and we have to represent that with your love, right? Big shout out Insane Football Talks के लिए भी काफी मेहनत करते हैं अपने भाई जतिन भाई. हाय भाई, अभी हुआ पढ़ के. यस, एग्जाम्स के लिए ऑल द बेस्ट. तो
पढ़ाई करते हैं यार, ये तो बहुत हर समय पढ़ता ही रहता है.
नहीं करो यार, करो. अपना टाइम आएगा, वो वाला सीन है अपना तो. लेकिन हाँ, ध्रुव भाई साहब यार, कम ऑन. शाउट आउट टू प्रियांश भी इन द चैट. लेकिन इन बिहाइंड प्लीज गो अहेड एंड शेयर यार.
पहले तो थैंक यू सो मच स्ट्रीम पे बुलाने के लिए, और अग्रीइंग दैट आई कुड जस्ट जॉइन लाइक अ फ्यू मोमेंट्स लेट, और आई एंजॉयड द स्ट्रीम. और काफ़ी सारे मतलब नए लोगों से मिलना हुआ. आई होप वी टॉक अबाउट फुटबॉल ऑन लाइक some anybody's channel, my channel and our channel, to be honest. And thank you so much for sticking around, or to the chat, and do like 100 हुआ या नहीं, 100 सेंचुरी तो मरवाओ यार, इतना स्ट्रीम कर रहे हैं.
जस्ट हो गया. यस, थैंक यू. बिग अप टू एवरीवन. लेकिन यार सब्सक्राइब टारगेट नहीं हुआ यार. जो भी देख रहा है 20 लोग देख रहे हैं. come on, just the press of a button. Unsubscribe करे तो मत करिए. It's about basically अगर आपके पास feedback है, we all four of us and of course जो chat में थे काफी shoutouts मिले. Do subscribe and give us feedback. Like ज़्यादा interaction हो, ज़्यादा people हो in live sessions, you know, we are able to get feedback और एक feel आती है what you want, and that's why we kind of changed our content also as a channel a few weeks ago or rather a few months ago. Abhi, right? So again, Dhruv, thanks a lot join करने के लिए. And I know I've been keeping the channel or rather panel for so long. Yes, of course, like target done. Subscribe target nahi hai, Mahim bhai. We'll probably get there soon as well, 2,700. And of course, the people here, let's get them all to 500. I think they're all approaching that. Let's try and get them. The panel आप देख रहे हो and आप देख सकते हो उनके links भी है description में. लेकिन congratulations, एक congratulations मिस कर गया, वो है ध्रुव भाई साहब, who has taken the quiz by storm. और यार, I get a who am I contestant. I know Vijay, I have to get you on as well for who am I. That is pending. That is something that we'll come back with a trivia for. But yeah, certainly good fun that, right? No pun intended. But again, thanks a lot. Have a good night and see you soon. Do press that bell notification icon and take care of yourselves. Up the chairs and congratulations to the winners.
Good night, guys.
Up the Chels.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.